Hey y'all. Hey cool gamer. Hey everyone. How are y'all doing? Hello. Hope everyone is having a good night. Hey y'all. Has everyone heard? Hey Miss J. I'm good. How are you? I'm actually starving. I have not ate dinner yet. Everybody else has but me. Of course, that's how it goes, right? Hey City Girl Glam. I did. How was your day? Has everyone seen Sam and his son speak out? That's what we'll be talking about tonight. Sam's video actually broke my heart. Sorry, I'm trying to tell YouTube and everything that I'm on. Yeah, it's all crazy. I agree. It's so sad. Hey, everyone coming in. Hey, Scotty. I know people are dropping like flies. People are dropping like flies from AWP. And I mean, I can't say I'm surprised because I'm really not surprised. Hey, prayer partner Eve. Trigger warning in this video. We're not going to go over any of the allegations or anything like that, but we are strictly going to react and respond to Sam's video, his son's video. And y'all let me know, because although I've watched some of AWP's videos, I'm not familiar with their whole team. Is Carson a part of their team as well? Because I know he came out and spoke as well. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Corrine. So you'll need to let me know that, because I'm not 100% positive. Yes, Scotty. Yeah. Sam was very shooken up about it too. I feel like from what his video, what I was seeing, he looks very shaken up, which I don't blame him. A lot of these people worked extremely close with Jared, and some of the things he said, I was just like, oh, wow. I was kind of shocked. Well, I mean, I wasn't shocked, but I was, he definitely doesn't support it, obviously. Also, by the way, I was going to go do my members only live tonight, but I saw that Sam dropped a video and all this stuff transpired. So I'm actually pushed it back until tomorrow around, I would say 3, 4. right after I get the kids off the bus. So that's when I plan on doing the members only live. So if you want to become a member, no pressure, but if you can and you want to, I would love to have you join our Crime Time with Squad community over on the membership, and the link is in the description box also of this video. It's like the first link there is. Yeah, Scotty. Mm. Man, there was so much I wanted to say long ago, but them rocks. Yeah. I know a lot of people had a lot to say. I didn't watch, like I said, I didn't watch a lot of their videos. I covered some of the same cases. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Natalie. I covered her case. That was back in the beginning of 2020. Kylie, obviously. There was Jalissa. They did. I covered them. So I was kind of familiar with them. I was familiar with them, but I did not know like their whole team. I knew Jared was the CEO. He started it. I knew Doug. I knew Nick just came on board, but that's really about it. Hey, outside the box. Chloe, how are you doing? I'm going to let some more people come in. Hopefully, Brittany can come on, and then we'll get started with the videos. I'm going to speed them up a little bit, and if I have any mods in here, hopefully I do, then they can drop Sam and Sam's son, which his name is Kyler, and then Carson's channel link in the comments. I feel you. I feel like it gets so slow and like nothing comes out during it. Some parts at true crime, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a million updates happen all at once. Hey, Kat. Also, real quick before we get started, side note, if any of y'all have, I'd say like teenagers, young teenagers or below. Hey, Swamp Donkey. Young teenagers or below that if y'all don't know, I have a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old. My 14-year-old does not have a phone anymore because I can't trust her on social media, Snapchat and the internet and all that. And I really need her to have a phone, for getting a hold purposes in case of emergencies, all that type of stuff. She doesn't really go anywhere, but while she's at school, she needs to call me sometimes. She has to use her friend's phone. It's a pain in the butt. So there's this phone company called Gab Wireless, GABB. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it, but they are a wireless company. They run off of Verizon network, and it is a phone specifically for children. There is no internet, no social media, no unsafe apps, no nothing. It's literally the world's safest phone. They also have watches for really young kids, and it's a way for, your kids to still connect with their friends, because that's important, I feel like, as well as their family members, you. So yeah, see, a lot of people in here have kids my age, and Swamp Donkey, your kids are like right at my age, and it's very scary. So I highly suggest y'all looking into that, because even though I had parental rights, not parental rights, parental controls on my daughter's cell phone, y'all, she found a way to hack into that. Her friends told her how to hack into that, and I was completely locked out of it. So please be aware. And this way, there's GPS on this. Hey, Sassy, there's GPS on this phone. Also, you can download the app to your phone, and it literally shows you everything. It is very, very cool. Whenever I get it in December, I think I get it in November, in a few weeks. I'll go on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Crimetimewithmal. And I'll go on my Instagram stories and share the phone with y'all and like what all it does and everything. But it is very cool, and it gives me, as well as I feel like their customers, it's safe place of mind knowing that their child is not doing anything that we don't know about. You know what I mean? So random thought, but we just ordered it for her Christmas present, one of her Christmas presents. And I just think that's awesome. My daughter, my 13-year-old grandson isn't allowed to download any social media. My daughter has his phone set up to whatever he does. She sees it. Yeah. I had that as well. And my daughter figured out a way around it. All of it. I wasn't seeing anything. She completely locked me out of the account. Also, her school iPad, they can, once they leave that school, at least for us here, once they leave that school, you don't know, they can, and they have Wi-Fi, they can get on anything. So for real, Scotty. Yeah, Family Link. I had Family Link as well as another one through Hey, Erica. I had Family Link as well as the one through AT&T itself, and she hacked both of them. Both of them. She literally figured out a way to hide apps from me and everything. Y'all, I'm not joking. Teenagers are a lot smarter than we think they are. Imagine all the stuff that we got away with when we were teenagers, and now it's 10 times worse because of social media and everything. They're going to figure it out. They know these devices sometimes better than we do. Yeah, it's scary, Chloe. Very scary. But both of those, I promise on everything, she hacked it. That's why she hasn't had a phone since April. So, nope. No, thank you. Not doing it. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, I really it's a passion of mine. And I know if I'm going through it and having issues with my child hacking into stuff and hiding apps and doing all this stuff, I can't be the only one. And there might be parents out there that they just don't know that's happening to. And I suggest when your child's asleep at night, you sneak into their room and you go look through their phone when they least expect it. That is your right as their parent. That's not invasion of privacy, in my opinion. She seems smart enough to get to work and pay rent for real. Yes, ma'am, Eve. I told her, I was like, we got all kinds of jobs around here. You need to get yourself to work, lady. Yep. So I found that I was doing a bunch of work, like investigative work, and I found that and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is perfect. And the reviews are amazing. If y'all look it up, GABB Wireless, again, that's how people get divorced. Yes. And it's literally the world's safest phone. And I've seen reviews that literally parents are saying the same thing I was. Hey, Mallori, welcome. I've seen parents on their post reviews the same things that I was dealing with my daughter. So, and they love it. They have absolutely glowing reviews about it. Gab, sponsor me, okay? If you want to, just saying. Having a phone as a teenager makes them not have the ability of building good, secure relationships. They don't even know how to communicate in a relatable world. I agree. I agree. And that's another thing about Gab is they don't have all this extra social media on their device, so they're not going to be constantly on their phone. Having my daughter not have a phone was the greatest thing, not only for her, but for me too. Like, it changed a world of a difference with her attitude and everything. She's still got an attitude because she's 14, but you know what I mean. We have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. We have over their phones and all their social media. We have their password and username. Not only is it my hubby a sheriff duty, but he has 20 plus years in it. We are the hackers. Yep, I agree. Oh yeah, my family's in law enforcement also, but I, me personally, I don't trust the kids. They literally know so much. So I'm going to stick to this Gab wireless, and she can have it for communication. And that is solely it. Flip phones, yes. I had my hot pink Razor flip phone. I thought I was the hottest thing ever. My kids are in their 30s and only got off 370 GPS when they got married and their spouses took over. Yep. Me, my mom, when Kendall had Life 360 and Dusty, we're all on Life 360 together. Teenagers can be jerks. I agree. They can. They can be so loving, but they can be jerks for real. Okay, well, I don't know where Brittany is, so I am going to, I guess, start. Swamp Donkey, if you're still in here, will one of my mods do me the biggest favor once this live is over? Because I might forget. Once this live is over, can y'all just timestamp when we start talking about Sam? Just in case for people in the replay, they just want to hear Sam and everything speak. But are y'all ready for me to play Sam? Y'all let me know. Also, I'll put the link if anybody wants to come up. I know Mallory has been liking to come up, so. Erica, I'm so happy you've made it. Cat. Yay for you, Mal. I'm so old. There was no such thing as cellular phones when I got in my 20s. They finally came out with portable phones. I grew up with party lines. Now, see, we had landlines until I was like, I guess really 17. I was about 17, 16 or 17 when they really started coming out, like with cell phones that I was getting. But up until then, I was using landlines. And then my mom was a real estate agent. So anytime she needed to be on the computer for FMLS and I would be on the phone or somebody would call me on the phone, oh, she would get so mad because the internet would kick her up and kick her off. And then she had to wait for that dang dial tone and dee. Oh my gosh, she would get so mad. Do y'all remember that? I know y'all do. Hey, Megan. Hey, David. Okay. Um, I grew up basic old ugly phone. Yeah. I had a clear one. I had a phone really early, but my parents are divorced, so that was why there weren't many other options. Yeah. Cell phones sure has dumbed down face-to-face communication. I agree. Hey, Gregory. Oh, there's Brittany. Hey, Britt.
Sorry, hey.
How
Oh,
are
look at
you?
that one. So pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
That's what I was doing today. I'd made a fall background, a Christmas one, a New Year's one.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm about to dress my channel up. Put it
Yep.
on. Did I miss Sam?
Nope. I was waiting on you, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, well, since Britt has made it in, let's go ahead and start Sam's. Britt, do you have anything to say before I start it?
Hey everybody, thank you for being here. Yes, if you would like to become a member, we would love to have you because Mal is on a mission and I'm sure she's going to be doing some holiday fun stuff for the members too.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And we got a members only live coming tomorrow afternoon.
There's more of a reason. You guys
Yes.
look.
All right. Y'all ready? Britt, have you seen this?
No, when you told me you were going to go over it, I saved myself for you. So this
Oh,
is going to be my first time watching it.
all right. Well, let's go ahead.
Give me just a second as I make sure everything's set up properly. As many people know, I'm not the most technologically savvy guy. Yeah, with that being said, give me just 1 second. Let me make sure everything's set up properly. All right, real quick. Looks like I got my live stream going. I just want to ask a couple questions. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, 1,800 peeps. Yeah, that's a lot of people. My phone's doing something here. All right. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Just real quick. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure. Yes. You guys can hear me. Okay, real good. So we'll get started. First off, my computer just crashed. Looks like my computer crashed, so we'll just be doing it from here. I've been getting a lot of people, reaching out to me, asking me questions, all types of questions. But I've also had a lot of people reach out to me and apologize. As many of you guys know, over a year ago, I stepped away from Adventures with Purpose. It was a very tough time for me. I loved helping the people, but I just hated what was going on behind the scenes. With that being said, these things that were brought to light or that have been brought forth this weekend, I didn't know about them until this Saturday, just like many of you guys. I left due to, the way that people were treated in other ways. I left because of the way that I was treated. There's many things that didn't sit well with me. And just a moment ago, I spoke with Dan. Dan said that he's going to come into the comments. Dan would also like to let the world know that he was unaware also. He's at work and, he's a young fellow and he really doesn't have time at the moment to really be here. And our hearts with you, Dan. Anyway, with that being said, this last year had been extremely hard for me. I experienced a lot of hate from the mob that came after me, whether it was through emails and texts and messing with my people. I actually feel like a big weight has been lifted off of me because I know now I no longer have that pressure. A lot of you guys are upset with yourselves, and I'm saying don't be, because I was fooled too. I was duped as well. I just happened to be closer to the individual. And with that being said, I was able to see it, the character much sooner than you guys were. This is a very, very, very quick live stream. And, for those of you guys who have been, reaching out to me, apologizing, saying that you're sorry. Hey, sorry, Sam, we doubted you. Hey, we treated you bad. Or we crucified you. I just want to say, hey, we're cool. You guys didn't know. You guys are forgiven. It's water under the bridge. It's fine. The biggest issue at this moment, or rather where I'd like to deflect the attention to, is to the survivors that have come forward and may continue to come forward. I encourage you to come forward if you haven't already. You have many people that are supporting you and that you don't know about. We stand with victims. We stand with the survivors, rather. I prefer to call them survivors. And me, I do not condone violence. I do not condone, I'm going to say the R word to everyone. I don't condone rape, sexual assault, none of that. I am not under contract of any shape or kind whatsoever. I mean, this is all me. This channel belongs to me. I'm not answering to anybody, and I do not, under any circumstances, condone sexual assault of any kind. That doesn't happen here. It doesn't fly. I'm really upset about it, to be honest with you. I'm upset about the whole thing. Just to have been, that close to, the character, and then getting to know him. I found Jared Leisek to be repulsive. That absolutely repulsive. I didn't know how deep it was or what it was.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, did I hear that right? Did he say Jared's calling him and apologizing?
That's what I heard. Chat, is that what y'all heard?
Isn't that interesting? Because up until this point, correct me if I'm wrong, him and Sam have been somewhat rivals.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that interesting? He's clearly, you can tell he's distraught.
Very.
I find it interesting that he and both the gentlemen that couldn't make it both said that they had no idea as well. So that's 3 people that we've heard of thus far who were with Adventures with a Purpose, who claimed they did not know anything about this. And I heard that Nick left today too.
Petunia wants me to play it back. Okay, let me back it up a little.
Hey, everybody in chat who said hey. And hey, Petunia.
Hey, everyone.
I'm upset about the whole thing. Just to have been, that close to, the character, and then getting to know him. I found Jared Leisek to be repulsive. That absolutely repulsive. I didn't know how deep it was or what it was because we never had that conversation. We weren't just out there driving. And I wasn't like, hey, Jared, you like kids? That didn't happen. Tell me about your shady past. That didn't happen. I wasn't aware of these things. I left because of what I saw and seen on my trips, happening the interactions there. My understanding from what I've done or the homework that I've done is this stuff started to come out last February. I left at the end of summer. So I was far removed from this. Had I known anything of this kind, I would have left immediately. And with that being said, I just wanted to let you guys know, a lot of people are looking at me, Sam, is this why you left? No, this isn't why I left. But had I known, I would have gotten out much sooner and the fireworks would have been much bigger. With that being said, I want you guys to know that I wasn't the first person to leave. This is a story that you guys don't know. Actually, my son, Kyler, he came out on a trip with us. And during that time, he was just so, you can come in here, I'll introduce you real quick. I'm going to let him tell his story. We're actually going to go and he's going to tell his story. I'm going to wrap up my piece. He's going to tell his story over on his channel. So mods, if you're here, go ahead and drop the link. This is a separate thing. I just want Kyler to make sure that he feels comfortable on his own channel where he can talk and he can be freely or speak freely, because there's a lot of things where he was like, I don't know if I can say that on your channel. But we're going to go over to his channel. He's going to speak his piece. He's going to speak his mind because he actually left during a trip. He was the canary in the coal mine. We were on a trip and he left. He said, and I'm gonna let him tell his story. And that really just it was a rude awakening. I don't mean rude awakening. It was an awakening for me. So a lot of people are like, oh, Sam, you were the one that that called it out first. Actually, it was Kyler, and then Kyler, me and him, we talked about it. I was already losing interest, with Jared and with the product or with AWP due to Jared. I loved helping the people, so I was always torn.
Did I not go back enough, Brittany?
I think it's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
We'll be playing this over and over anyway.
Yep.
Yes, it's done. Hold on. So I find that interesting because I told Mal this earlier, you guys. I knew about their existence, AWP's existence, but up until Kylie's case, I didn't really keep up with it. So I find it interesting that this gentleman and his son was also with AWP. Did Tyler do his own thing on his channel after this? Or
I've got his channel right here. He's only got he's got less than 7,000, so I don't know if he's been active on his channel or not.
Oh, because he just said here that Tyler was going to go live next on his channel.
We're going to play that too.
Okay, I see. Hey, Mallori.
Hey,
Hey.
I think they were saying too, I don't know if you read my comment while I was trying to get in here. But I think he was saying that the people that attacked him for leaving were the ones that were coming back and being like, we're so sorry, we didn't know who he was. And that's why he's like, no, we're cool.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I doubt Jared did.
Right. Right. Swamp Donkey says, if you find Critical K's new channel, she interviewed Sam. He didn't know she was recording. He tells a lot more and details. Now,
I heard you got in trouble for that, though.
Yeah, I was about to say I will watch Critical K's channel, but I don't want to put her channel up on here because I feel like she would definitely strike me.
I'll watch someone else cover it.
But
for me,
isn't that illegal?
Yeah, depends on the state.
Yes,
True.
and for me, I was actually going to play it until I found that out. And when I found out it was without his consent, I was like, you know what? I'll listen to it, but playing it, knowing that like it was against his knowledge, just felt icky to me. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It only has to be technically one person's state, though, that allows for one person consent, not two for recording. But it's still just not a good look.
No. Yes, Sherry, that's correct. Kyler, and he explains it on his channel and in this. He explains, so for those of y'all that don't know, Kyler himself was not with Adventures with Purpose. He went on one of their trips and decided that it wasn't basically the right fit. He got a bunch of red flags and didn't like it, but he explains that on his channel, which we will watch after this. I agree, Erica. Hey, Miss Crucifix. Okay, so Swamp Donkey says both states were two-person consent. She was wrong and it was illegal. Well, that's not good then. I hope she doesn't allegedly get sued.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's continue.
Torn. I wanted to help people, but I just couldn't promote this guy anymore. As many of you guys know, I've said that I have over like 40 episodes worth of content from my trips on Adventures with Purpose. I never made those videos because I didn't want to promote this individual. I seen his character, I saw who he was, and for my morals, the things that are coming out now, not meaning the rape indictment. I didn't know about that, but other things you guys are learning about him, from different channels and different people that have spoken and came forward. Anyway, so guys, this is my son. I had no idea about these things that have come forward. And to the survivors, we stand with you. We stand with you. We stand with you in a big way. And if you guys have been affected, be it this huge and egregious or small, come forward. Speak your piece, speak your mind. Just get it off your heart. And and thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting, the survivors. Thank you for supporting the fellow channels. A lot of channels have spoken and came forward. These there's all these channels are separate entities. I want you guys to understand that AWP, YouTube is a form of social media. In the happenstance of AWP, it was owned and ran by Jared. So when people say AWP, they mean Jared. I wasn't around Doug enough to really get to know him on a deep level. I wasn't around Carson enough, and or Josh, or Nick for that matter. So I can't really speak on those guys. I can only speak on what I know and what I experienced. And my experience was the dude was effed up in a big way. Yeah, in a big way. And anyway, so.
I'm over here talking on mute. I just did a Brit. Notice how he said the guy was effed up in a big way. And that to me is he's talking about before all these allegations and indictments came out that he felt that way.
I'd also found it interesting a little bit earlier when he's like, if there's anyone else out there, we support you. Like, in a way, like being like, yeah, there are more people and more should come out.
Right. Yep. Okay. I'm going to keep playing.
Anyway, so yeah, it was everything that I spoken about before in my previous video. The truth about Adventures of Purpose is back up. I took it down because I was getting, first off, I was getting hassled, but then my people started getting hassled, meaning my family members. And I was just like, hey, YouTube's not worth, my family members and my loved ones losing sleep at night. I do want to say thank you to my family, for the encouragement. Thank you to Kyler. Thank you to, Kevin Nomot. Thank you to Brock the Rock. Thank you to Anthony. Thank you to you, a lot of you guys, for encouraging me, and a special thanks to my girlfriend Renee. Thank you for being there for me and encouraging me along the way. Yeah. And now that this vicious, ugly mob is out of the way, or has been exposed, I'm dancing free. Amen to that. And my channel is gonna. I'm still kind of in working on some personal issues, a lot of health issues and different things. As you guys know, I busted my shoulder. I do have some things coming down the pipeline. I plan on linking up with a known editor this summer possibly, and we have some things that we're going to be doing. If not, if that doesn't work out, I got some other things. So things will be coming down the pipeline on this channel. Thank you guys. A lot of you guys that became a member, I greatly appreciate that. A lot of you guys that donated right now, I greatly appreciate that. But if we could, put the focus on, for me, I'm a grown man, and I was a grown man when I agreed to go with Adventures with Purpose and the things I experienced. Let's wrap our arms around those who were young, and all these people, who had these egregious acts happen to them, which shaped their lives, their perception, everything. Almost that.
No, understandably so, and you have every right to be upset.
I'm a father.
I can vouch as a father. He's a good one too. So.
I'm working on it. And anyway, on that note, this live stream is pretty much over. That's all I have to say. In a nutshell, all you guys that apologize, I accept. It's not about me right now. We need to shift the focus and give other people a safe place where they can speak. Did I know? Absolutely not. I did not know. This last year, it was hard. It was depressing. I did lose a lot of friends. I lost a lot of money. As you guys know, I've been through the ringer. And again, Dan also says that he did not know. I believe he's in the comments. So if you guys are curious and web super sleuth, I'm sure you can go through the comments and see where Dan has said something. And Dan, if you post something on
comment section.
The comment section after this video, I'll make sure to pin it. Yeah. I'll pin your statement. And other than that, like I said, I do not condone violence in any way, shape, or form, especially sexual violence in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not concerned about saying it. If I get demonetized for this video, that's whatever.
Brock would also like people to know he didn't know. Brock the Rock also like people to know he didn't know about it.
Okay. Brock would also like to let people know. Brock, I don't know if you want to call in real quick. Maybe you can call in on Kyler's live. If you don't, no worries. But yeah, Brock the Rock says that he didn't know anything about it. I can vouch for these guys, good dudes. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Let's, as a community, wrap our arms around those who are coming forward. Give them strength. Pray for one another. Keep your children safe. Follow your gut. I followed my gut. Especially after my son was like and punched me in the gut with what he saw. I was desensitized. I'll admit that I was desensitized. With the things, the camera stuff, I started to become desensitized. And plus, when he came is when things got really bad. Around that time, big money was coming in, so things got really, really bad. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump over to Kyler's channel. So if you want to go ahead and start your live, and it's Kyler.
So that's what he has to say about it.
I really like him.
I do too. You can definitely tell he was distraught, very hurt. He even said, I've got 2 girls myself. Like Jared was probably around his girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also just like how blunt he is. And if there wasn't a bunch of legal stuff going on, I feel like that's the exact way that it needs to be said.
Agreed.
I like his bluntness about how he feels and what he's experienced. I think it's great.
I agree. What do y'all in chat feel? You agree? Or do you, I don't know. I don't see, he obviously left AWP, Jared, for a reason. So, and then this stuff comes out, I'm sure he was blindsided and devastated.
Well, and you never want to ever think that someone you ever associate with could do something like that. You know what I mean? So I think not only do you have to be like, crap, I could have put my family in danger, but you're also like, oh my God, I was around this guy. So.
On it. Yep, that's right. There's calamine lotion up in the on the medicine cabinet. Put that on there. It's in that pink bottle spray. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna play next. Hey, Muffin Top. Hey,
Where did Rick
everyone.
go?
I don't know.
I just looked and I was like, oh, it's just 2 Mallories at this point.
Gone. Miss Crucifix. Oh, hi, Hiders. Miss Crucifix said, to be honest, I don't exactly know what is going on with this. This man seemed genuine and even was about to cry at one point. Yeah, he definitely seemed like he was about to cry. Miss Crucifix, it's everywhere. And basically, Adventures with Purpose. No, Jared, the CEO of Adventures with Purpose, has an indictment out for him for, hey, Jim, for allegations of SAing his cousin when she was, it was a few different times, but she was the youngest, I think 8 or 9, and he was 16, 17 years old. That's basically the gist of it. And now everybody is coming out that's associated with Adventures with Purpose and making their statements. We just watched Sam's statement or how he feels about everything. So we're about to watch Sam's son now. And I skip forward a little bit in this next one just because they were having issues with the sound or whatever. So they were trying to get that straightened out. You're welcome.
I do find it interesting the way that he said that it was his son. As soon as he had his son in the environment is when he decided to leave.
Right.
So,
I also think it's because his son was like, Dad, something's not right here. Like, I don't get a good vibe from him. I see this and this and this.
yeah.
So I think his son was, had kind of like his own opinion about the situation. And then with everything that Sam knew behind scenes that was going on that he didn't agree with, I think it just all came to the surface.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Yeah. And to Petunia's comment, I think too about, she said the thing about it is in the email he admits he was 12 the first time he assaults her, making her 4. I think she came out in one of the interviews saying he must have had me confused with another cousin.
Yes.
What he had said. So
in one of the emails, that's what she said was, me confused with another cousin because it started whenever I was 8, which would make you 16 or 17, whatever, like that.
I think the first one was 9 and then he was 16 and then the next one was 10 and he was 17.
He was 17. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Hey, Elizabeth. No problem, Erica. Okay. So let me go ahead and share this screen. His is a little longer. So it's basically a 30-minute video from where I'm at. So I don't really want to play the whole thing,
Have you watched the whole thing?
No.
Well, I think we could probably just play it, and then if it starts to get more repetitive or something like that, you just have to make sure you stop and talk.
Yeah.
In between. So.
Yeah.
Swamp Donkey says much better.
Okay, much better.
Thank you. Volume
better. Okay.
Just go ahead and go. Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now
joining AWP. Man, as if this wasn't a hard enough thing. Okay, so I wanted to join AWP and go with you guys because I thought.
Wait, did they say Swamp Donkey?
I was just gonna say. I said, "Hey, Swamp Donkey got a shout out."
Yeah.
Swamp Donkey says much better.
Yeah.
Okay, much better.
Thank you. Volume
better. Okay.
Just go ahead and go. Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Joining AWP.
Let me see.
As if this wasn't a hard enough thing.
Let me see what speed I put it on. Okay, 1.5. Okay. So it should go pretty fast.
Okay. So I wanted to join AWP and go with you guys because I thought it sounded like a fun thing.
Yeah.
And I never really traveled that
Much
far.
better. It's good
Okay.
now.
Anyways, so I go and I meet up with you in Nashville. And so I, on purpose, what? Okay. So I, on purpose, did not watch Adventures with Purpose videos before going there because I didn't want to know these guys, meaning, you know, Dan and Jared, as being YouTubers. I just wanted to meet them.
Yeah, you don't have preconceived notions.
I didn't want any preconceived notions because I didn't, one, I honestly wasn't really that into true crime videos. And then two, I just really wanted to meet them. So I didn't really have much, you know, whatever. So I meet everybody. Everybody seems kind of decent, you know, at first. It's just, you know, whatever. So there's one day I don't remember. It was like a couple days into the trip where also I'm going to say all the stuff I'm saying is alleged and my opinion for legal reasons.
You're saying that for legal reasons.
For legal reasons, everything I'm saying is the way I remember it.
Yeah, the volume's good, so I think you can put it back.
Okay, put it back.
Yeah, volume's good. Put this back real quick while you're talking. And I think you have the screen. Just make sure you pick this.
Days into the trip, so I've been kind of getting to know everybody a little. Okay. Anyways, so a couple days into the trip, so I've been kind of getting to know everybody a little. And I remember Jared was in the, like I said, this is all my opinion, but Jared was in the front seat and he was driving. So I decided I was going to go up and talk to him and pick his brain a little bit because he was an interesting person. Like, why wouldn't he be? He has a YouTube channel, he has all this stuff. So I go and I start to talk to him. And one question in particular, and what I remember asking was, I asked him why he got into YouTube. And now most people, when they get into YouTube, they say, oh, it's because I like something, or, oh, it's because I was doing something already and thought it'd be fun to share it with the audience. But he told me that he got into it for money. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, I knew it was profitable. And so for me, that was kind of a weird thing, but I didn't think too much about it. You know, I was kind of like it's a little, you know, whatever, but that's not that big of a deal. So that was kind of the first red flag. And then the second red flag was hearing how he spoke about his fans and the nature he spoke about his fans and the some of the other, I'm not going to mention any names, but other people that were coming out to help us. He was really speaking about them as if they weren't humans or people. And I recall him saying, he said it in a joking tone, but it didn't come off as a joke to me. He said that if people didn't give his money to him, they would just be wasting it anyways. Something else. Yeah, something else. And that was something he just said. And
I do not like that, if that is true.
That's exactly why I said you in the chat.
Ew.
Yeah.
Right.
He said, in it for the money, I'm doing it to get money. That's just a negative in general, and it puts AWP. If Jared's the one that started it, correct?
Yeah.
Which would mean it was potentially started for all the wrong reasons. And then luckily, people with hearts came in and are doing it for the right reasons, but have the wrong leader.
Exactly. Ew, David. If y'all know where that's from, I love y'all. Okay.
I think the other people might have heard that and thought it was kind of a joke, but that kind of stuck with me because I was like, well, that's, you know, not whatever, but whatever. And then, so it was kind of on my mind a little bit. And then I have a vivid memory, this is my memory of it, of us, we had, I'm not going to say the case, we've been working a case, and two little old ladies came up to us. And they asked Jared, they're like, hey, do you have money for gas? And these ladies, I don't like to judge anyone based off appearance solely, but these old ladies appear to be modest in nature, very modest. Some would even, you know, they did not look like they were wealthy. And he said, yes, we need gas money. And, he, you know, they handed him $50. And I also want to know, at this point, he had bragged to me a little about some of the money he was making. So I was already, it was like a red flag. So he takes the $50 or whatever that they give him, and he goes and he stuffs it in the door of the RV, the pocket. And it has the most loose money I'd ever seen in my life, like thousands of dollars. I'd never seen that much loose money. So at that point, my alarm's starting to go off. But I'm just really, so that was, I think, the night before. That was the day before I left, I think. So then the last day, we're working a case. And this case is a very, I'm not going to say the case. I don't want to say any names. If they ever want to speak about things, they can. But this case allegedly involved some of the most horrific things you could ever think of happening to a person. Cult stuff. It was cult stuff, cult related, and like involving rituals and like, yeah, just the worst stuff you could ever think of. And we are told the story. We are shown pictures to back up the claim. So immediately, I'm just like, we're in a bad spot. I'm not comfortable with that, but it was like, to me.
Did I miss it? Did he say when that was?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think all I kept hearing was just, and then after that, like he was just using after that and after that, not necessarily
a time frame.
Yeah. And he said, I'm not going to say the cases. So
okay. I'm very curious to know what case that was.
With the cult-like activity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Muffin Top, this is, and if Swamp Donkey, can you get
Okay.
Kyler's channel link?
Gregory
This-
in Kansas.
This is Kyler, which is Sam's son. Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Take the cult stuff and all that stuff away, because I've never heard that. But to me, part of the thing is I have experienced death in my life. I have, as many people have, I've experienced, family members. I've experienced friends that,
You've had a lot of close friends.
I've had close friends pass away. So I don't take it lightly. And to me, handling people that are grieving and dealing with death is a very sacred kind of intimate thing. So to me, it was like, then to hear how it was their son had been murdered, allegedly. It was, to me, this is like, oh my gosh, this is the most sacred situation possible. So we're out on the case. And I remember we're out looking for the person. And we go to a spot where we're looking, and it clearly, anybody who had been working the case would know there's no chance of the person being here. But they were, filming and whatever. And I asked about it, and I was told that it was for show. Like, we have a show to make. So I was like, why are we here? And I was told, oh, well, we have a show to make. And immediately I got sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I actually would sometimes say, so Jared, is this a show day or a actual search day? What are we doing today? That's a real thing.
And to me though, being told that when I'm over here with my whole heart into what we're doing made me just want to puke. Like, honestly. So then that night,
because these people, this is not a show for them at all.
No,
this is real life.
No.
This is real life.
No, it was never told. The people I saw, they were never told that that there was places being searched just because it was good content. Interesting. So I was absolutely, sick about that. So I
Wait, what did he just say?
That they were never told that it was for the good of searching.
It was for the content.
It was for the content and the money.
Oh, y'all see, this is why I say a lot of YouTubers are in it for the wrong reasons, and a lot of people just don't see it. Some people do, and some people don't, and blindly support people because they think they're doing good. Okay.
I also think it's bad because I do think a lot of the AWP guys do have good hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Are doing it for it.
Yeah.
So the fact that they just act like they accidentally got on to under Jared.
Right.
That kind of screws, because then they're just like, well, crap, I was doing it for the right reasons. But
Right.
the person I work under now was not.
And when I say they, I don't mean they as in everybody with AWP. I mean, like Sam said in his video, they AWP meaning Jared, because Jared is the CEO. Right. I'm not lumping all these guys into it.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's continue.
I remember that night. So at this point, I'm already sick. So we go back, and it's an older elderly couple. And we go and tell them that we were unable to find their son, and that we'd have to either, I remember if we were going to try again or something. I don't remember. It was something. I was there, and I was told, it's hard for me to even talk about, but the old man was crying, and I didn't film. I did not want to go, because I was helping filming. I did not want to go up close to him, and I turned the camera away because he was crying, and I didn't want anything to do with it. And then I got accosted for missing what was called the money shot. And at that point, I just ended up storming out because
drama sells, y'all. Drama sells. Emotions sell. That's all I'm gonna say. That gets views. So that does not surprise me. What'd you say?
I put you again in chat.
What?
I did. I put you again in chat.
Oh yeah. Oh. Wait, Brittany says she's. Oh, that was from a long time ago. Yeah. Okay. That just doesn't surprise me that he says that, because that's what gets the views.
Yeah, it's the same. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's the same reason why people record allegedly without telling anyone.
Yep.
It's going to get the clicks.
Yep.
Like, to me, seeing this couple who's the last, I think, 30 years of their life have been affected or something like that by this crying and then wanting this camera shoved in their face, it just made me sick. Like, I couldn't handle it. So I go out, and, my dad, he notices. And we go out, and we talk in the RV, and I tell him exactly how I feel about everything that's been going on. And I'm, crying and yelling at him, and we had a falling out. But
we got into it, and also some things that had to do with me personally between he and I came up, which ended up being a good thing, because we were able to discuss things later.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's fair to put out. But yeah, so we had a falling out over this, and I left. I was in. I'm gonna say where I was. I might give things away, but I was in the middle of Kansas. I called a taxi. Middle of Kansas. No, I don't know where I am. Like, and that made also all the other stuff crazier.
Yeah. So you were 20, right?
Yeah.
All right. So imagine this: a broke 20-year-old in the middle of Kansas on this what is sold to be this awesome trip. Hey, let's go across the country, see all these things. Broke 20-year-old says, "Screw it, Dad. I am buying my own taxi, getting my own hotel, getting my own airfare, and I'm leaving tomorrow." This was who he is and where he was.
No, because he kept saying, "Oh, we'll just stay tonight. We can drop you off or something." I'm like, "No, I'm done."
Yeah, he was done. It was no hangout. Hey, Kyle, just hang out. We can drop you off. No, he's not. I want to be gone from this as soon as possible. And he left in a taxi cab. And I was, even though he and I got into it over some things, that was a very proud dad moment.
Yeah,
in a big way. Even though we had a little moment, I was proud of yes, man. I want to be like him.
Well, eventually you kind of were, but anyway, so I left. I've told people it was funny to me that one of the worst nights of my life was in Kansas. Like, as someone who'd never even been there, that was just ironic. But yeah, so anyways, I leave, I go, I get an I fly home, whatever. Me and you, we don't really talk much for a little while.
Yeah, for a couple months.
For a couple months, which for us, that's a long time. Like, I mean, at this point, we talk on the phone almost every day. But I mean, even then, like, that's a long time. So at this point, I leave, and then fast forward a little bit, you leave, and I was so relieved when he left. I felt like a weight in our relationship had been lifted because I just saw you out there with who at this point, I haven't even gone into detail on some things because I don't think it's whatever, but at this point, I had thought Jared was already the most evil person I met. And a lot of that had to do with how he was selling himself as a poor person, taking advantage of people.
The way Jared is allegedly selling himself and taking advantage of people from what they see, he seems like they feel he is an evil person.
Yeah, and the one thing that I keep hearing him say too is like he's trying to make everyone believe that he's a poor person to get more money.
Yes.
Like, he went up to those old ladies and was like, "Do you have money for gas?" And then he stuck it in with $1,000 other dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ew.
Crucifix, thank you so much. We're loving your channel. Keep up the grind. I've got to talk about this person right here, y'all. Real quick, pause. Y'all go to his YouTube channel. This is Miss Crucifix's man. Actually, she's in the chat. This is her man, and he does some amazing music. So, if anybody can go to his YouTube channel, one of my mods, and drop his channel link, I would greatly appreciate it because he's truly, truly amazing. And I cannot thank you enough. That is so sweet of you. You're amazing. Thank you. And you keep up your grind because you're badass. Okay. Sorry. I had to say that.
No, you're good.
He's really, really good. Y'all should check him out.
I do know Gregory was saying a couple things in chat here about them being in Kansas and that it was the episode where Dr. Phil's crew was filming that led them to being featured on the Dr. Phil show.
Oh, okay.
So he was right earlier too, because he said it was Kansas a while back.
Yep. Thanks, Melissa. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate it. That's crazy. I didn't even see that episode of the Dr. Phil show.
I remember hearing that they were on it. I didn't end up watching it, but I remember hearing it in just the hubbub of their name, like flying around everywhere, that I knew that they had been featured or something on it.
Okay. Miss Crucifix, will you do me a favor or actually, will you or your husband send me his channel link through Instagram message and I'll post it in chat through my phone? I think I can do that. Can I do that, mods? If I do it on my phone, like on my computer now? I think I can do that.
I have no idea.
But yeah, if you can, Miss Crucifix. Or your hubby, one of y'all.
I just try not to hit done on StreamYard and get kicked out. So
right, I know.
Anything else? Don't ask me.
Same. Actually, I'm a ding dong. I can go to his. Oh, okay, she's gonna do it.
But I was in 1 sec.
I was going to say I could just go to his Instagram page and get it, but that would be easier. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so Gregory said not the Jed Hall case. The Jed Hall case is the one that got them on the Dr. Phil show.
Okay.
Okay. So look at the Kansas episode and the Jed Hall case. Or are they completely separate, and the Kansas episode is the Dr. Phil one, and the Jed Hall case is just the sad one with his mom, I think.
Got you.
Okay.
Swamp Donkey, he's got quite a few subs. I'll get it though. I'll post it in there. Thank you though. And then that way
Okay.
we
Yes.
can have it.
Kansas is separate.
Got you. Okay, Gregory. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay. I'm gonna play this real quick.
Yep.
Hopefully Miss Crucifix husband is watching so he can fill her in.
Yeah.
And I was able to do some math and just knew it wasn't accurate.
And he was bragging. He showed us.
Yes.
He was bragging. Oh, look how good I'm doing. It was weird.
Anyways, so I was really happy when you left. I actually ghost wrote part of you when you were talking to Jared, because I remember when the things happened with him and Jared, he really just was done with the situation. We were upset. I was pissed. He was super mad. You actually said that, hey, Dad. Because first off, I thought that, why did I stay around so long? I actually thought that I could like steer the ship. Yes, I didn't know that Jared was this bad of a dude. And so my first like check was, all right, well I'm just gonna see if he even respects me, and by talking in terms of money, because that's what he understands. And if I know that I have his respect, then during the trip, I'll come forward and I'll talk to him about everything else that's going on, talk about my heart. I was really hoping that I would be able to open up to the guy and really steer this thing, in a better way. And things weren't that bad at first. They kept getting nastier and nastier. He came in a nasty moment. Yeah. And so, like I said, I thought I could steer the ship, but in the end, no, I couldn't. There was because Jared very much presented all Sam's to me and you, man. I actually, I don't know if you remember, but he was ready to just dip. I told him to check. Like, I was like, you should text him and see if he even respects you. Yeah, no, I actually had originally sent him an FU text. Yeah, sent it. You typed it. No, sent it to me. I typed it because Kyler, at this point, we were kind of talking back and forth. We were open about our experience with AWP. And I was like, hey, Kyler, this is what I'm going to be sending to Jared. And then Kyler was like, wait. Maybe you should try to talk to him. Yeah, because I honestly, this is my thought. If Dad sent Jared an FU text, I thought, one, you would look like a bad guy and give him some whatever. And I actually thought, I knew Jared was going to tell you to screw off. I, in my heart of hearts, felt that, but I thought you needed to know that. All right, cool. Like, I thought that you needed to see what kind of person he was. So I kind of ghost wrote a nice little whatever text, and it was about, just wanting his respect and some of the stuff, and you're told to screw off. So that happens. Are you looking for it? Yeah, actually, I found the text that after he did tell me to screw off, I did send a text. And I said, honestly, over time, I felt like you haven't valued me, my well-being, or respected my thoughts or options. Or opinions, rather. Let me back that up. Slow my reading. Honestly, over time, I felt like you haven't valued me, my well-being, or respected my thoughts or opinions. You kind of have a King Jared mentality. You seem to look down on others, whether they are female, minority, poor, or anything other than you. Even an ignorant coal miner, as you have referred to, blank, I'm not going to mention the person's name. I can only imagine what you say about me when I'm not there. You tell half-truths to your wife. If you're not honest with your mate, you won't be honest with me. I love helping the families and doing good in the world, but I was doing that long before YouTube and long before recognition. You do good because it's marketable. Valor seems to mean nothing to you. After 2 years of hanging out with you, I've grown to dislike you. So I toned it down a little bit because I was heated, but I did end up sending him the text after I did have the initial handshake, saying, hey man, let's see if we can work something out. I thought we'd be able to work something out, and then on that trip, I'd have 40 plus days to work on him and talk to him and say, hey man, and I thought I could steer the ship into a positive direction, but boy, was I wrong. And I honestly thought, I think you had been blinded by, I don't know how many months of knowing the guy. I just came in and kind of saw how he was at that moment when I came in. Yeah. So I was starting to get lulled to sleep by it. Yeah, being a little desensitized, and I'll admit to that. I certainly was a little desensitized. There were certain things I would not have crossed, and things were starting to swell up in my gut, and I could just feel that gut feeling, saying get away. And then Kyler got away, and then I was like, yeah, I definitely need to get away. And then finally I did. And I wanted to speak slightly to me getting away. This was something like that when I thought about it, sounded amazing, because one, I like scuba diving. That's like some of my passion. If I could do that professionally somehow, whether that's for YouTube or something, that'd be a dream of mine. It involves helping people. It was just, there were so many things about this that sounded amazing to me, and I just was like, I couldn't overlook how it was and how things were going. So it wasn't an easy, it was easy, but it wasn't like something I wanted to do. Like, it was like, I have to. That's why I just left the way I did, because it was like, I have to leave. Just pull off bandage and leave. Yeah. So I will say there have been people that have, over this process, harassed me. I've had people call me names. I've had people harass me and call my dad names. Most of those comments end up getting deleted, but they're there. And I am honestly so relieved that that is seemingly, at least involving that situation, is behind us. There's always going to be people that hate and troll, but I will say the hardest moment for me to stay quiet in all this was when you left and he was trashing you on that community post. To watch somebody with a platform that big trash your father, who you know is not any of the things he was saying, and really wasn't active as he could have been with YouTube at that time, just because he wanted to spend time with me and my brother and sister, that like made me so angry. And then the fact that I couldn't say anything without just looking like I was.
So the big thing of the text or his post was he attacked me as an entrepreneur. Yeah, it was an entrepreneur attack, like it was all about money. And for him, maybe it was. It looks, it certainly seems that way.
Yeah, so that was really hard. It was really hard to stay quiet then, and then it's been, as I've had this YouTube channel for over a year, it's been hard for me not to say things, because I'm watching who I, in my heart of hearts, before even knowing these allegations, thought was one of the most evil human beings I'd ever encountered, be praised as a hero, lauded. And I would get sad when somebody would come over and say something about AWP or like something, because I'm like, oh, they're still kind of in the.
But plus, people probably, he was in some AWP videos.
Yes,
people
I was.
Like, oh man, have you ever even seen the AWP videos you were in?
I have not watched the AWP videos. I have had friends. So after I left AWP, I had friends reach out to me because they saw the videos I was in. I had never seen them. I didn't have a desire to watch it. To me, that was a chapter of my life I didn't want to relive through the video. So yeah. So, but my point I was getting at was, I am just happy that that chapter of having to deal with not being able to defend you the way I wanted to is now over. To not speak out and say something is over. I'm glad that everyone right now is getting their chance to talk, and I hope that more people come forward, and any victims of Jared come forward. Whether it's survivors, whether it's the people he's molested or the people he took advantage of, allegedly molested.
We're saying that for legal purposes.
Or the people he allegedly took advantage of that I witnessed. I hope they come forward. I hope they come forward. I mean, this is someone who has been, in my opinion, a menace to society, like as a whole. He's affected people on every level of, he's affected grandparents, he's affected
witnessed.
Yep. I think he means like taking advantage of, witnessed as in like for money, for views.
Just like what he witnessed,
ability.
Being a bad person.
Yes.
And that he hopes they just come forward just to tell more stories to kind of get the background of him, not necessarily SA.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, sorry. Continue.
At least that's what I hope. That's what I hope.
I hope he's not just doing it in front of all these people and no one
right.
things.
I wouldn't think he was talking about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say 99% it's probably the other one.
Yeah. But they have, I'm sure if they feel like this, a lot of other people that have came across AWP has felt like that. And this honestly, Erica and a few other people were saying this in chat, this honestly makes it kind of make a little bit of sense in a way. Y'all tell me if I'm reading too much into this, of why Kylie's mom was so upset with Adventures with Purpose.
Yeah, I was.
Granted, Jared wasn't. Jared wasn't involved in that, was he?
Well, that's what I was gonna. I was actually writing my comment, but I have to do it on my iPad, so it takes me longer. But I was gonna say, it makes you wonder who from AWP was the one that's actually talking to the families, because if it was Jared in the background doing the communicating with the families, 110%.
Because even though he wasn't on camera, he could have still been in the background.
Correct. Like being the one that's like, hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to do this? Do you want to talk here? Do you want to have us film this? Like he probably was like trying to get into everything without like being respectful about it. And she was probably like, no.
Yep. And I'm sure it was Jared. Yep, Melissa just said it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was Jared, because he did the office work, especially when he stepped away from the camera. And I'm sure he knew a lot of this stuff that was about to come out, because these emails were not old. Jared could not have just allegedly have found out about this just now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he does seem like a control freak. I agree, Erica. All right. There's not too much longer. And then after this, y'all let me know, because I know a lot of y'all have watched Adventures with Purpose more than I have, what's Carson's role in AWP, or what is his involvement or whatever. Does anybody in the chat know? Mallori, do you know?
No.
Because he came out with a video named "This is a Formal Update," and it was from 11 hours ago. And somebody streamed it in the Discord, so I wanted to know. Yeah, sneaky narcissist. Scotty, did you say if you wanted to come up? I assume you don't.
Ooh, he's cute though.
Jared was on parts of. Okay, or wasn't he there at? Oh, okay. Okay, maybe he was. Swamp Donkey says that he was on parts of Kylie Rodney.
I don't know if I ever actually watched
Editor and drone.
the whole video. I feel like I just watched people doing lives and covering it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh quit.
Yep. Yeah. We played Josh's live last night, Melissa, if you want to catch up on that. I don't know if you want to, but just in case you do, I'm sure since you said that you already know, but we did cover Josh's live last night. Most don't build a company and then just let go of the reins. I agree. Scotty.
It's so shocking to me that it came this far if he was like allegedly so vile. You know what I mean? Of a person to like everyone, that it didn't just come out sooner, but I guess what NDAs and stuff will do for you.
Yep. That's exactly right. And you know that, being this savvy law abiding knowing of all justice psychology.
I could tell you more of like the criminal brain.
Yes.
That's what I was go to Emily D. Baker for my law degree. So
yeah, right. Well, that's what I was interested in. I actually started to study criminal justice and psychology and all that when unfortunately my best friend took his own life, and then I ended up dropping out. Well, I took a leave and I just never went back.
Yeah, it's
Wait for it.
Scotty.
Boo.
Bam.
What's going on?
Scotty. Our chanting work, Petunia.
Am I loud and clear?
You are loud and clear.
Perfect.
Yeah, I agree, Melissa. I can tell he's torn. I can tell that they're very sincere in this, in my opinion.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got my reservations with Doug and Nick, though.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in chat are saying that too.
Doug's way too deep into it, I think. I don't know, but man, it's so cool. I can like talk about him now, and people in chat don't throw rocks at me. It's awesome.
Yeah, your time would have came. You had to.
I couldn't even say, like, you guys, I knew, like, that his Facebook, it's been there.
Right.
Like, and I couldn't say anything. It's like, man, like, just a little bit of stuff I did say, people were like, got really upset with me.
Crucified you.
Yeah.
Mm.
And remember everybody asking, why is Lindsay and so mad at AWP? Why is Jared or Jagger so mad? Now you know.
Right.
It's the way they treat people, man. Well, Jared, basically. But Doug, I don't know, man. He's if you go back and watch him on panel now, you probably would see it different now that people know how much money they actually made. Like, I tried to say stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, just for instance, Jolissa, this part 2. Okay, I'll take a little snippet. At the end of the video, Nick's in the camper and Doug's in the boat, and they got to pull the camper over. And Nick's like, we're having a problem with the motorhome. And Doug's like, well, what is it? And it shows him cranking it, and it's going, but it's not starting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's turning over, but it's not starting. And he says, well, it's a bad battery. We're going to have to swap the battery out. Nick is an electrician by trade. And even if you're not, women know, even you guys know, if your car turns over but it won't start, it's not the battery, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's either out of gas or there's a bird in the damn air intake, right?
Yeah.
It's got to have fuel, air, and spark. Right.
Right.
So just that little ploy in their video. Okay, think about how many subscribers they have. 2.8 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, take 0.1% of that. 0.1% and times that by $100 battery and look at what you get.
Yeah, just by saying that it was down.
That they needed a battery, correct.
Even if it wasn't, it's still going to get an influx because people are trying to help.
Correct.
Yeah, I see that.
You know, and the other thing that people don't realize is just their views. Okay, you remember Jared coming on panel, whoever's panel, and said that this year's budget was $1.1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, whoa, that's huge money, right? Okay, go add up their views. Go add up their views for all their videos this year so far. And then the average pay per 1,000 is between $7 and $15, right? So just say 10, because they're higher end. They got all the good advertisers and the good affiliates and all that. They're all way up there. Take $10 per 1,000 and do the math. And what do you come up with? Their budget.
Yeah, they're
just off of views. So we're not, you know, there's 15 other revenue streams they have.
Yep.
It's insane.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, especially too, because they are like the type of company or whatever they claim they are that gets big donations in bulk as well.
Right.
Huge from companies, even like huge. Yeah.
Melissa, I guarantee you thousands of subscribers. Thousands.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of members. Hundreds of thousands. Yes. And they're cheap. Their cheapest one was $5 a month. Their cheapest one. And then it went to 10 and then 25 and then 100. So take an average of 25 times, just say 100,000 members a month. What's 25 times 100,000? 2.5 million a month. Right there. Just off memberships.
That's insane.
Then go to merch.
Yep.
Old dude said they were selling 300,000 or whatever. He had a garage full of merch 2 years ago. So they probably have a warehouse. This is a multi-million-dollar company.
That's what I was saying yesterday.
Go watch their trips on Travari Inc. You know, he makes all kind of money off Patty Mayo too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his brother's in that. Yeah, it's insane the different pots this guy's got his fingers dipped in.
$200 for their highest membership.
Is it 200? Okay, well, even at a $100, $25 average spend times 100,000 members is 2.5 million. And I bet you their membership's more than 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
They got they got 2.8 million subs. So even 10% of that would be 280,000 members.
Right.
Yeah. It's insane, which is what? How many million a month is that? I don't even know. Right. So he's making what it costs them and their equipment and everything for a whole year in probably a week. Like one episode, they're making the whole year's. That's what they need to bring in and all the rest of it's play money.
Yep.
So if we all weren't looking through the rose-colored glasses at the time, him going out and saying we only have a $1.1 million budget should have been a red flag considering the money they were bringing in.
Exactly.
Correct. They brought in so much money that they give away their old boats to other YouTube, the other ones like Nug or like they gave away the motorhome
Yep.
The motorhome they gave away, they just give it away to another YouTuber because they got so much money. They just go buy another one.
Yep.
Hmm.
I'm gonna play. I don't know what's on the rest of this. What they continue talking about. Do you know, Scotty?
You can play it.
Okay.
Kids apparently he's affected. Like this is. So I hope that there will be some justice served, and that people that have been struggling with this are able to find some peace. And I pray for all the people that have been negative, like all the people outside of him that have been negatively affected by the situation. So yeah, I don't really have too much more to say. There's other stories, other things I get into, but you guys.
So can I ask you?
Yeah, you can ask me some questions.
Because I know, just to clear things up, did you know or have any pre-knowledge of the things that were brought forth in these indictment charges? This indictment, did you know about it?
No, I did not. And if I had, there would have been. You would have seen a video on Kyler Ginn's channel titled something I can't even say here, but it would have been.
Yeah, it's your channel, so I can't say it.
No, we've been calling him some names, which I honestly, there's okay. I don't like call people names, but once you get to the level that he allegedly has gotten to, the gloves are off. You can just whatever. No, I did not know about anything. I knew about other stuff, but to me, I knew that with my limited platform, and if I came forward with this other stuff, it just wouldn't even. I felt as if it would not help anything.
Yeah, and then just real quick, let me ask you.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, with nearly 5,000 people, live in this live stream, I just want to, publicly say, I really respect you, Tyler, and I respected that when we walked away. Me and you, we had our issues. We were getting into it, but I respected you. And I respect you as a man. I just want to, I love you, and you're an awesome dude. I'm looking forward to, to you being the kids of my grandbabies one day.
Parent to your grandbabies, yes.
Excuse me, the parent. Yeah, I said that wrong, but the parent.
Yes.
So, you're a great dude, man. I'm proud of you. And I know it took a lot of heart. You're a young guy, and right now social media's hot. Twitter's hot. All these things are hot. But you were like, I'm out. You stuck to your morals, you stuck to your guns. You were the for me, you were definitely a big part in helping me to open my eyes. The canary in the coal mines. And I'm proud of you. And I'm proud. I love you. And I'm proud of you.
The day after I appreciate that. The day when I got home, I posted a Bible verse, and I'm gonna quote it within. I give you the gist of it. The gist is, what is a man to gain? It's basically something that goes to the point of, what is it if a man gains the whole world if he loses his own soul? And I left Adventure with Purpose knowing my soul was intact, and I hadn't sacrificed that, and that's something I will never give up for fame, money. Like,
number one, I freaking love that. Love that he said that.
Crickets.
No, am I
Hate
not?
Don't you
Am I
hate that?
the only one?
No, yeah, that's a good saying. What
Yeah.
he said.
I just, and I could tell that he meant it, and I can tell Sam feels the same way. And even Sam said what I thought was the case was Kyler helped open his eyes up about Jared.
Mm-hmm. What I want you guys to see right now, and everybody in chat, is everybody who's came forward so far. You got Kevin, you got Nug, you got Sam, you got Carson, you got Josh, right?
Yep.
All those people have hearts and do not approve, and they were like stuck. Think about who hasn't came out.
Yep.
Well, Doug did, but he didn't, right? He was cryptic, and he didn't quit like everybody else, right? So think about the two people, the front men that are left that haven't went against. Good old boy. And think about that.
That's true. There's not much longer in this. And then the video from Carson that I'll play is literally like 2 minutes long. And I'll have it on fast mode, so it'll go faster than that. So just hang tight with me. We're almost done with the videos, and then we'll chat more.
Okay.
Like, my soul is never for sale to anyone. That's something I will stand on forever. So if there's any buyers out there, I'm sorry, off the market. But yeah, and that it is. While I have a lot of feelings of disgust, anger, but I definitely do have a feeling of vindication that I see some sort of justice is being served in this situation, and I hope it continues to go in that direction. So I don't really have much more to say on that.
And our hearts with yes. all those who've been affected, whether it's small or monumentous. We stand with you. I think that Kyler, you stand with us.
I stand with any victim of sexual assault or violence of any kind. So these victims, I you're in my prayers nightly. I hope that you're able to find some peace, and yeah, I just pray that God puts his arms around you. And yeah, that's all. That's all I can say to that. Good job, guys.
Sweet. And also, if anybody in chat or anybody watches this, I have a link to, I think it's pronounced RAINN. It's the National SA Hotline. It's free consultation, free everything. They'll talk with you if you need somebody to talk to. If you're going through a difficult time and you're struggling, you are not alone. Please reach out to them. It is free. And that number is on this banner down here at the bottom, as well as in the description box. I wanted to say that also.
Nope, you're good.
I'm going to get this last one. This one is not long at all.
A formal update on the current situation that I am in. I would like to firstly say that I will not be answering or making any comments on the current situation of Adventures with Purpose, but I would like to speak about what I am going to do and what I am going to do moving forward. Moving forward, I would like everyone to know that I am no longer a part of Adventures with Purpose. I have left the company because of personal reasons for moral obligation. Moving forward, I will pursue my creative passion when it comes to filming, storytelling, and the creative desire to continue documentary work along with some other freelance stuff. This is pretty much all I have to say amongst the subject matter. As far as everything I have learned this past year, it has been a pleasure working with really amazing people, but sometimes things just have to come to an end. For me personally, this is the end of my chapter. I figured going live would be a lot more simpler than editing a video because I felt as though it could just be over and then I can move on. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for supporting me. I received a lot of love and support from a lot of people. A lot of people have been calling and messaging me and just reaching out, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys for your support, and we will see what happens in the future.
Good for him.
Yep. So that's all the people that have came out so far that's been directly related to AWP. We've covered all three of those tonight. We covered, oh my gosh, Doug's last night.
Scotty, what are your thoughts on what Doug said? Do you think it all has to do with legally, or do you think he's also more on a allegedly moral side of things as everyone thinks he might be?
I think Doug's deeper. I think Doug's deeper into the company. I think he's part of it, like bought shares or invested back into it. Because they have a CEO now, right? So it's big. So I think when he talked about the code, I don't know if you want me to get into it all or not, but he's talking about prison code is what he's talking about. Anything goes except for messing with kids.
Right.
Or,
oh yeah, 100%.
Or violating women. That's the only thing you can't do.
I get you.
Everything right. So that's what that's all about.
And he said he has had legal trouble before.
Oh yeah. Doug's been to prison.
Yeah.
So you think that based upon the complications of where he is in the company that he said as much as he could?
Yeah. And I mean, you guys might disagree or people in chat might disagree, but Doug's an actor also. He was the one on camera pushing, the donations and subscribe and all that. You got to have seen it. If you go back and watch now, you'd be like, wow. you know, and like the way they took more than one take on things and the
Right.
amount of time
Yeah.
it took them to film before they even notified family and stuff. It's just, it's a show. Like he was talking about, is it a show day or a search day?
Yeah.
You know, and then pretty soon it got to be all show days, you
Yeah.
know? And so I
There's
just,
people in chat agreeing with you, Scotty.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was just curious about your opinion on it, just because you seem very intelligent.
Yeah.
yeah.
on that.
And I mean, go back and watch Doug's, you know, his, whatever you want to call it, when he came out and spoke.
Yeah.
Don't look at him, look around him.
Right.
Yeah.
Look around him and look where he is. He's not in a hotel. He's not in a restaurant. Where do you think that is that he's at?
Yeah. Somewhere AWP related.
That's his house.
What?
Yeah, it's a house.
Hmm.
It's a big ass mansion ass house with a lot of badass art. Go back and look.
Yeah,
Nope.
it is. It is a house. Yeah.
Go back and look. Yeah. You think he ain't got no money? He got money. He's right in it with Jared. I'm telling you.
I was noticing that in the video. I was like, dang, Doug's got a nice ass house over there.
Yeah, I guess I just need to be more observant.
You know, and when Jared ain't around, you know, like Carson said, or like it was Joshua said, they got a lot more creative
Right.
with their filming and the way they did stuff because they didn't have Jared, you know, breathing down their throat. So that's why things started getting really good, actually. Like it got more dramatic in the filming and the camera shots and angles and drone footage. It was like way better. The music.
Right.
They're able
That's
to do the craft of it, not for the
yes. And it actually got way better, but it got better as far as dramatics and film editing, but it didn't get better as far as their message, right? Yeah.
Yep. Melissa, I think several people are actually going back and analyzing all their videos to look for red flags. But y'all, again, unfortunately, I get why people do that. But that ultimately does put more money in Jared's pocket right now.
And I've said it before. I've asked it as a question, and I'll ask it again. And people can chat can throw rocks if they want. Do you actually think that when Nick was in the water and said this looks suspicious, do you actually believe that's the first take? And when he popped up out of the water for the first time?
No, I know 100%, y'all, because I do pre-recorded videos, and I can tell you with certainty, if I saved, like one day I'm going to have a second channel and it's just going to be like just with Mal or something. And it's going to be everything not true crime. And I will put bloopers in there from my pre-recorded videos, and all the bloopers that I have to take out because I say something wrong or I mispronounce something or I forget what I'm going to say or I lose track of what I'm saying or I don't like the way I say it. And I cut all that out. And when y'all see it, it's just a seamless video. And if you don't think that bigger YouTubers do stuff like that, that is in a sense acting, if you get what I mean. You know what I mean? And what makes you think AWP is any different? So I completely understand what Scotty is saying right now.
Yeah.
Like on Kylie's video, when they're in the boat and all of a sudden it breaks to like they're in the boat and all of a sudden Doug's talking about it's because of you guys and that whole spiel. Look at the cut before that and after that. That little section was filmed way later.
Yeah.
The angle of the sun, the audio, everything. It's not seamless like you just said. They go back and put it together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, when you come in like he did after the fact, what's his name, Nick, the diver?
Yes.
Yep.
And how you come in and you're not on the top of the totem pole. You're going to do whatever they tell you to do. So he could have been genuine with everything. But they're like, hey, I need you to come back up and do it again. words, make your face like this, and he doesn't really have a choice at that point.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, they
You know,
probably sign contracts.
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't like SF, but now you know why SF was blurred out in the video, why they already had a downfall even before that video came out. It's
Yeah.
because he saw what they were doing. Right. He was there.
I
Right.
can get with that. Now, I don't agree on a lot of stuff SF does or says and stuff.
No, me neither. But that's
But
yeah, that there was a rift. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see what Swamp Donkey just said?
What?
They filmed for 3 hours before they called LE. Did y'all know that?
Yeah. Actually, I think it was more like 5. Well, it was 5 total, I think. But yeah, 3.
Ew.
So like they found the car and her and then filmed? Or was this
They sat there and filmed their whole thing. They sat there after they found the car. They sat there and filmed their whole thing. Look at the time on their sonar, and look at the sun. Look at the sun angle from some.
The sun was setting like at different clips. Just because as YouTubers you do notice that, but honestly, I guess I was so naive. I didn't think about that. You know.
Then where does that come into when they really didn't?
Oh my gosh, y'all!
Right.
Okay, and remember. Okay, listen. I'll tell you this too. Remember when Jared said they got a hold of family or whoever, and that the dad was down there, and grandpa or whoever was down there within 90 seconds. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to the video and watch the video. And when he comes racing, and remember SF filmed from his phone out the windshield when they were by the sanctuary, and the old man took off on the 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Okay, and the 4-wheeler was in front of SF driving, remember?
Yes.
Okay, now skip to AWP's video and watch him come racing down the beach on his 4-wheeler, and look in the background, and there's a sheriff already there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're crooked.
I never actually got into it that deeply, but now I'm interested.
Okay, now listen to this. At the beginning of the video, do you remember when they were talking about when the tow truck driver was on, and they're talking about the car? Okay, and when he's saying the car or the girl, when he says the car, they put a picture of Kylie's CRV on the screen with her license plate number. When he says the girl, they put a picture of Kylie on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So subliminally, they're putting it together for you.
Right.
Yeah.
They're making you think a certain way. Yeah, their editing is very, very, very well done, and I saw it right like long ago, and
Hello there.
Swamp Donkey, is that you?
No, this is B-Tim.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is B-Tim.
Where did we go?
I put that over.
I don't feel cool now. I don't get like the overlay when I come up.
Because I know that's you.
Oh.
No, I was about to tell you.
Tim.
Yeah, I was about to tell you. Did you know about the company? The company he has, Trevera Media, and how basically he was working with that Patty
Mayo.
Yeah. And did you see the donut, the donut, like the cop donut thing, where he actually shows that the links to the channels that he was working with, with Jared?
I didn't get all the way into that, but
yeah, it's called Donut Operator, and it's called Patty Mayo is Not a Cop. And if you go to 7 minutes and 20 seconds or 7 minutes and 30 seconds, it shows the actual connection between Brian and Jared, who actually did the pump and dump scheme in 2001. And they were actually like together working with the Patty Mayo guy, who basically is the fake thing, like the fake whole,
people still think that's real. There's still all kinds of people that think that's real. They got banned from filming on public property too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because they're trucks that you can't have red and blue. You can't have that equipment on your vehicle. Yeah, man.
By the way, do you know how much Trevera Media makes per year in revenue?
Go ahead, tell us.
Guess.
Million.
5.7.
Oh, I was close.
And basically, he also, same time, and Scott, And basically, I think like I was pointed out by someone that he owns like multiple companies. So it's like this guy's got like a lot of channels. He's got like a lot of freaking companies. This guy's got his fingers in a lot of pies. Like,
yeah, this isn't going to hurt him.
No,
the court system's what's going to hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, even if he does get thrown, like, I don't think, I mean, like, I'm going to be realistic. The email and also the woman's like testimony, I think like it's going to be a tough case to win. It's unless they got something else. If it's just those things, it's going to be a very tough case.
I don't think it's going to be tough. You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's going to be women standing in line coming forward. That's why.
I hope.
Watch and see. Just think. Okay, listen. Them kind of people don't stop. Okay. That's when he was young. Imagine when he gets money. When he has money. What do you do? What would you do?
You feel more powerful.
Yeah. And then what else? What else can you do? Hush money, right? Yep. You're exactly right.
Allegedly.
So,
everything's allegedly, guys.
Yes, everything, you guys, everything is allegedly. This is just us talking like we are friends, that we are sitting in the living room chit-chatting about shit that's going on around us.
All lawsuits will go to the tomato with the crown. Just make sure you direct them all there. Do not direct them at Mal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just us talking allegedly.
But it's going to happen. I mean, there's,
And,
so,
we're just basing our stuff on what we see and what people have came out and talked about,
You know what I just hope? Well, I don't hope. What I'm glad about.
What?
Well, I'm not even glad about. All that money he made is going to do him a lot of good on his commissary account. That's all I got. That's all I got to say.
Do you know, like Chasing Truth showed me this. I was talking to her for like 20 minutes ago, and she showed me this bizarre, like all the I put in the back chart. You could just look at it. Like that's all the companies he owns. Like he's part of.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's.
It's a lot.
I mean, I can tell you guys because everything's out now. I was going to make a channel like a month and a half or 2 months ago. I was going to make a channel and just rip apart AWP like 2 months ago. And I had enough content for like a month or month and a half about all this stuff. And it's
businesses.
Because.
And then.
I'm sorry, Freddie.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Keep going.
And then I didn't. And now I'm mad at myself for not doing it.
You still have time, sir. Just make sure you tag them, and you probably get like 1,000, 2,000. Just keep on going.
Well, it's too late now because it's all come out.
It's the right time.
I knew this stuff before. Well, I didn't know about him actually being what he is, but I knew. I seen his Facebook stuff, and I knew about like the money in the business and the way the editing was. And
if I was you, this is my advice. This is the tomatoes advice. You probably should just make it a digestible clip at first and just put it on your channel. And then just eventually when you make a bunch of clips, it'll get spread around and then just put the tag him that you'll be fine. Like that's
I don't even want it on my channel. I was going to make a new channel just for that.
Yeah.
You see what Bree said?
What?
Huh?
You see what Bree said on the screen?
The channel I know. I would have had. See, that's the whole thing. If I would have done it like a month and a half ago, I would have had my subs. And I would have had my. I would have had my watch time, and I would have been monetized by now. And then when this dropped,
right?
Then when this dropped, it would have blew up. And I didn't want to stop with AWP. I got all kind of other people too.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't going to be a clip channel like everybody else, and it wasn't. It was
commentary.
Huh?
Commentary.
Commentary.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna talk.
Oh.
They were gonna.
Yeah.
That's
gonna clip it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be a clip channel though. It would be
right.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah. And now it's like I'm mad at myself because it's too late. So I don't know.
No.
I mean, it's not too late to do it.
It's never too late.
I know.
A grand jury indictment, though, is going to be drawn
Yeah.
this
Well,
all right.
yeah, it's too late for Jared though. Jared's gonna probably go to jail, so
Yeah.
it's too late for him.
Hey, Swamp Donkey.
Hey, I'm here.
Hi.
I hate my accent. I don't know. It's Texas and Southern, so I'll try to.
Ma'am, I am in Georgia. Do not hate on the Southern. Stop it. We love Southern accents.
What's my accent?
Michigan.
No, I grew up in Florida though, so I text like a hick and I talk like a motorhead.
Too long then. I could hear Florida. I could hear Florida too, though.
Do you think I pull out my O's?
Yes.
Minnesota? Really?
Yes.
I don't hear it ever, and people always say Minnesota people have accents, and I do not hear it.
Yes. I don't hear me Southern accent at all.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I do not hear it.
Yeah.
So
Now, when I get mad,
mad. when I get mad.
Yeah, it's where I find myself trying not to say doing stuff. I say that a lot, and I'll be like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, the y'all. I can't say you guys or you all. I have to say y'all.
The only word I have that has like that will tell where I'm from is if I say New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Everything else is fine.
Yeah. I don't hear it at all.
Unless I say New York.
Soda.
Yeah, is it soda or pop? Which one? It's really soda pop. It's both.
And here in Texas, you can say Coke, and that doesn't mean you don't want Dr. Pepper. It just means you want what y'all call a soft drink. And we're like, Coke is a Coke. Like, when you say you want a Coke, they're like, you want Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Sprite. And it's like, I'll have Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
See, I'll go to the gas station and I'll say I'm going to grab a pop.
I can't do it.
Pop.
It just grosses me out. I'm like, to hear someone say pop, I'm like, no. And they say,
Mallori, what is a pop?
Any type of pop. It would be Dr. Pepper. It could mean Coca-Cola. It could mean Sprite.
But why pop? Because it pops when you pop the lid?
No, because the whole thing is soda pop.
Yeah.
So Northerners took pop and Southerners kept soda, right?
Listen to me, because it pops when you pop the lid.
Anything,
soda pop
explodes because it gets so cold.
Yeah, but did you see that TikTok? If you shake it up like over and over and over, and then you spin it on the counter 360 degrees 3 times, it will not explode.
I'm not going to risk it, actually.
I'm going to try it on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, you should, because we're going to try it tomorrow.
I think I do follow you.
Well, we're going to try it tomorrow.
Okay.
So what do you think of all those corporations?
I think that is very weird.
I mean, like,
why so many? Why?
Because that's how you make money, and once you got money, you dip your fingers into more. You just keep going.
It's like all different
at the same address, all at the same address.
Yeah, and all different kinds. Like these two. Wait a second.
Well, that's because if he gets popped on one, the rest of them carry.
With direct knowledge and then member.
Well, basically, it's just like it's the same thing for him as like running the company, basically. So
see, my husband has an LLC, but I have, and eventually I'm going to have to get an LLC for YouTube, but I have a CPA to do all that stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff.
You guys want me to make a prediction?
What
is it? The lottery numbers? Because
I made a lot of predictions. If I'm right, you owe me $1. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll bet you that he ends up doing 20 plus.
I will bet. I'm gonna be like the one that's gonna be like the unpopular one. I think the problem is it's gonna be a very tough case unless there's more evidence. I think he'll probably
see. You're not thinking bigger. Not only are more women gonna come forward, that the IRS is gonna come in on him, the feds are gonna come in on him. He's going to get nailed for all kind of like pyramid schemes and scamming, and he's going to have civil suits from his
but
victims.
he's gonna do an Alex Jones. He's already probably gonna move that money away into other corporations, maybe make a loan for his main corporation, and then claim bankruptcy on the corporation that's about to be sued, so they won't be named in the caption. He will move his money around. That he will not get. And also the lawyer's probably going to use the fact that the sister created a GoFundMe even without the consent of the cousin. And
it's not her. That's not her.
Yeah, but he's still going to use it. It's unfortunate. He's going to destroy. He's going to attack her character.
All right. Well, we got the dollar going because I'll bet you I'll bet you he gets hit from every different direction.
I mean, like if there's a defense attorney, he's probably going to try to destroy the cousin's reputation and any other corroborating witnesses' reputation, so their word is not taken. And then basically going to probably paint a narrative of this is all for money. And these are unsubstantiated claims. And if you read the email carefully, it's not really admitting that he did the things he did. It's like me and you, we read it, we know we know what's going on.
Right, but I'm not talking about just that case. I'm talking about it's going to open up this right here. Going viral is going to open up all kinds of people's eyes, and they're going to start looking into all his stuff, all these companies and all these LLCs he's got, and all these whatever you want to call them. What do you call it when you've got a false front for a company? What do you call that?
Front? That's I think what it's called, a front.
Isn't it money laundering?
No.
Yeah, well, that's what you do with them. But yeah, they're
allegedly money laundering. Please don't sue us.
The fake companies that don't really exist. What do you call them?
I learned it from Breaking Bad, so that's all I know.
Yeah. Shell companies.
Shell company. There you go. Shell company.
There you go.
And then what you're gonna have is you're gonna have people like Lindsay or other people that realize that they got, and then people who donated. Mm-hmm. Like look at Upchurch, and he's gonna be like, well, what the heck? And there's gonna be a whole bunch of other people. There's gonna be civil. It's just gonna go mad. Everybody's gonna hit him from every different direction.
That was so weird that like he's like, I gave the $100,000 to Jared. I'm like, you didn't write a check to the organization, you just gave it to Jared.
Yeah.
Like probably wrote it to the organization, but I guess it all goes to Jared.
Jared's done. He's blacklisted from the whole world.
I know what you don't realize. This corporation basically is like advertisement and algorithms and stuff like that and video algorithm. If he doesn't get convicted, he's just going to sink in the background, and he's probably going to run YouTube channels in the background.
Yeah.
He'll get convicted on something else.
Yeah.
Well, embezzling, IRS something, not paying his taxes, whatever. It's, civil suits, whatever. He's buried.
Yeah, I hope he does. But and I hope they have a lot more evidence to get this guy, because this guy has been scamming for years and he's been hurting a lot of, like, for instance, the $200,000 he did in the pump and dump scheme. He basically, if you use, do you know what the Wayback Machine is?
Yeah.
Yeah, used his.
Oh no, Swamp Ducky. I'm sorry, I accidentally deleted you. I didn't mean to do that. Come back.
Oh no.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm trying to change the banner real quick. Keep going.
2000?
Well, yeah, 2000. Just use the Wayback Machine for the company, and then you can look at it. The screenshots of like what he promises. It's the opposite of what he said. He said in his his bio. Like he said, "Oh, it was like a newsletter, guys. I wasn't, If the truth of the matter is, it was making promises that he was investing in, like if you invested in the companies you told us, you would make a profit. And basically what he did was he would buy 20, like for the charge he was charged with, he bought 20,000 shares and basically before telling anyone to buy it. And then he told everyone to buy it and then sold it a half hour later and made almost $200,000
right
with Brian. So
drop the link again, Mal.
Do what?
Drop the link again for Swamp.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wonder what these guys are gonna do. Like Josh has kind of said, and then like Carson, I don't think he really knows. If you watch his little 2-minute thing, he kind of flutters his eyes. You know what I mean? Like he has no clue what he's gonna do.
Like even video too, he was like, I need money for my family, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Someone brought up a while ago, do you think that someone told me, says, do you think they have like a non-compete disclosure or something like that? Someone said that to me. And that's
I
an
think they do, but we were talking about it last night. I
Yeah.
think with this lawsuit, it's going to be null and void, basically.
Well, even that. It's not even no compete contract no more. You want to know why?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because Jared ain't doing it, so they're not competing with nothing.
True. Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter, right?
Yeah, but I
No,
think
like gazing, Nick hasn't spoken out yet. Correct, y'all? Right? I haven't
Nick
seen
has.
it. He
Oh
has?
no, Nick
no, I
has
haven't
no.
seen
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Nick speak out yet. But we'll go live when he does, if he does.
So Swamp Donkey, what are you thinking?
Yes, I know you want to talk. Let's hear it. I want to hear.
Well, I have to bounce off of Scotty because my brain is so ADD. So when Scotty was firing off all ago, I was like, I have to be careful because I don't want to give up my sources.
Right.
I have been sleuthing for many, many years ago, but I did it back in the day where you had to get out and get in your car and go find people. I used to locate assets. So I was young and I was a little bad butt.
Nice.
I went in neighborhoods that the cops didn't go into. I used to serve people. I used to find assets, and I used to win. I got my people.
Oh, you were like the seizure. You made sure the shit was there for the seizure people.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I got in car chases, and I found people, and I found assets, and I found a lot of stuff. And so I did that years ago, and I've always loved it. But I think as I've just gotten older, I just don't care if people listen to what I have to say anymore. It's like, okay, if you don't want to hear what I'm saying, but I have a source that is personally involved in there. And so all this AWP crap was going down. And like Scotty, I'm like screaming, like in Brittany's chat, I'm like, I know something. And I would drop little hints, and Brittany would be like so polite. Well, I have to disagree with you. I really like them. And I'm thinking, okay.
I know.
And so it's like sweet vindication. It's like, oh my God, this is what I've been, but you can't, because you don't want them to come back and sue you.
Right.
So
no, there's so much I wanted to say before. There's shit I won't say now. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly, Scotty.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just turns your stomach because, I have this empath type personality. So I hate to see someone get used and manipulated and lied to. And I'm honest. Like, I can't do it. I can't lie to people, and I can't stand for people to be lied to. And so to see all of this, it was sickening. And I have the ADD where I hyper focus on details, and I will literally go back and transcribe what people write in my own handwriting and make my own notes and put my notes on their facial features and things. And so I started doing that with AWP, and I started noticing things, and then they would go on panels, and I just would get so disgusted, like, because I would just be like, nope, that's a lie. Nope, that's a lie. Nope, that's a lie. And I would go back and correlate it with what I was finding myself, and according to what I had already known. And it just disgusted me with what they were doing out there. And it was sickening. And it's like, because like Scotty, I saw the hours and the times. You can see on their sonar, they're out there at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so, when you look at law enforcement, yes, they screwed up a lot. However, I think what the world doesn't know is that AWP didn't help law enforcement when they took their sweet butt time to go out and film and get everything they needed for their, show day, and then waited until, oh crap, we've got a person here from, social media, and he's about to go release this that we found the car. Oh, we better run up on the hill and announce it. And that's why they had 7 edits to that social media, because they had to go back and change it and change it and change it and change it. And that's why you got the, Sammy, who's like, no, she hasn't been found. All that stuff, it's all making sense now to people, why there were so many things that didn't make sense at the time. There's so much problem because people were trying to call things out, and it was not aligning up for people who didn't know all the details. And so people are getting mad at Kylie's mom, and it's like, okay, but I don't agree with how she handles everything, but at the same time, I can look back and say, well, she probably had some better insight than we do. And that phone call that they had to edit out of their members, I don't know how many people saw that members.
Yeah.
I saw it like within 5 minutes of them posting it.
I mean,
And so they had to go back and retract the part of where you hear a grandmother and an aunt crying. Do you know why they had to go back and edit that out? Because those people were no blood relation to Kylie. That was show day.
Mm-hmm.
That was show day. That grandma and that aunt, Lori, crying, no, it was no blood relation to Kylie. It was distant family members that they reached out to, and that's why legally they had to go back and retract that. And the mother said, you got to take that out of there. And so remember when they went back and edited?
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that that I know. And the hell that they have caused for Jagger, as well as Kylie's family, there are people calling them 24 hours a day, harassing them, finding old 80-year-old people in the family, calling.
Doug had enough time to make his statement to save his own ass, but he didn't make enough time to make a statement to help Jagger or Sammy and say that these people are not murderers and they did not kill Kylie. But that's my opinion.
That's his egotistical personality. If he thinks that for 30 years he can get away with what he did to those girls, he has absolutely no problem going on a television show and spouting anything false, because in his mind he's very blinded, and he's going to say and do what he wants to get on top. Literally, allegedly. This is all my opinion. So
yeah, but Jagger's still getting death threats to this day, and he's still being followed.
Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not talk about the tow truck guy.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the second part 2 of the, that's going to explain.
You ain't getting none of that. That dude wasn't nothing more than an actor. That whole thing is not even none of it.
Wait a minute. You mean there's not going to be a part 2 that's going to explain why the tow truck driver, why they wasted a day to go to another location instead of going to the last cell phone ping?
Yeah, that drives me crazy.
Oh no.
That did drive me crazy.
Yeah, because that was like people like said to themselves when that dropped, people that like, I remember I was talking to Sleuth Bomb, and like originally she said she originally thought it was like 90% was an accident, and then when that whole thing occurred, she was like she lowered her thought process, thinking maybe there was something else, because she had a very high opinion of AWP, which a lot of people did.
Everybody did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
everybody took their words as gospel.
And how about the whole thing with the back of the car, where like they're literally like, oh, the body doesn't go in the back, and it's like, it does, guys.
Yeah,
and I did have AWP's back on that video, but in hindsight, the more and more I started watching it, because I watched that video several times, and I did start noticing stuff like that, but I can't speak up like that. I get hate from all different sides of the world works, and then I'd be called a trauma channel.
And I with my heart, that was my hard thing, is I automatically am going to see the good in them, and
right.
I see reason to not.
Well, just turn your avatar to a tomato and just get used to having tomatoes thrown at you like me, and that would
yeah.
Well, shit, I get rocks. I don't get tomatoes. I get rocks.
One thing I did notice that really I questioned a lot was they said they would release that part 2 if it was deemed not an accident. Well, why?
Right, which means they were never going to release it, because why?
In their hearts. Did you see the interview with Doug and Jared on the interview room? And at one point he's like, well, we'll never feel it's an accident in our hearts. When they responded to that whole thing, like even like when literally Gray had a 2-angled video of the car going into the water, and literally all this evidence that had like everything going on, he was still thinking it was like, he was still like shuffling the whole thing with the conspiracies, that it was possibly a murder. Doug is like saying like, oh, when that guy came up, when he first saw it, he says, the body's in the back. It's suspicious. It's like, no, it's not. It's called an air pocket. Like, why are you diving for bodies if you don't know this?
Well,
But
I've
did y'all
driven
see?
cars into the water, so like right away I knew exactly how a car reacts and what it would do and like what a person instinctively does. You know what I mean? Like I've done it on purpose, and it's like it's scary even on purpose, let alone doing it on accident in the dark.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't know why they set it up, like made it so dramatic. I don't think it was a smart idea to advertise your channel in the middle of you're trying to pull up a body of a dead child. Probably should put it at the beginning or the end, not in the middle when you're about to do it. Like, with your support, guys, we're able to do this. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what I have to interrupt. I'm so sorry. If I don't, my ADD, if I don't
No.
finish this statement. Okay. So what I was going to say was when they were pulling the car up, so they stayed out there forever and getting their shots and filming and filming. Okay. So remember when Nick says we went radio silent, we shut down cell phones. Okay.
Yeah. Did
He
you
was on a
notice?
panel with, okay, why do you think? Because if people around there are hackers and they know what they're doing, they can get on their radio frequencies, they get on scanners, they get alerted. So why do you think? So they would have their 3-4 hours to film what they needed to film and get all their money shots. Okay.
Even
So
that was
then,
staged. Them shutting off their phones was staged. Go back and watch the
right,
video. Yeah.
right. And there was, I have not verified whether it was Washington Post. I've narrowed it down to 2. There was one guy from the media that was there because Nick was, and I've gone through and looked at the pictures, and I have screenshots of pictures and identifying marks of people. And there's one person I cannot identify, and I believe that's the news media person that actually was there. And I've narrowed it down to 2, either Washington Post or the other one. I have it written down somewhere. Okay, so when that person was there and he started going to alert his news media, is why they rushed to go ahead and put that out to the news media. And then they had to retract that. Okay. But then if you go back to when they're finally notifying law enforcement, so they finally have to call law enforcement. Law enforcement, of course, gets out there. I don't know, it was 30, 45 minutes it took them to get there. Okay. Now they're getting there. Of course, Twitter has notified. So there's 500 people over on the other hill watching. They've got choppers flying over, drones. And now you've got law enforcement there. You've got 3 branches of law enforcement there. You had the CHIPS, FBI, and the local. So now, according to jurisdiction, they're all trying to figure out, because they don't have this experience to pull vehicles out of water. They're trying to figure out how to do this. And all the while, AWP is saying, we got kicked from the scene. We got kicked from the scene. They didn't want to listen to what we have to say. Okay, well, no knock on law enforcement, but they all like to get in pissing matches with each other, and everybody knows better. And, at the same time, give them credit. They all are trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. They've got AWP sitting there trying to tell them, of course, they're wanting to be involved. So they want to keep, being involved, and law enforcement finally tells them, no, just go ahead and go away. Well, then guess what? They're losing their light. And now they've got 500 plus people watching. Now they've got it on live news stations, on Twitter, everywhere. And now they're being forced to make this decision on what's the best way to get the car up. And so, of course, they're going to screw up and make wrong decisions. They don't have any light. Now they have the world watching them. So, in my opinion, what AWP did to that investigation was wrong. And yes, I think there's some cover-ups, in my opinion, in Truckee. But also what AWP did is they really jacked up that investigation. And if there was something nefarious that happened to that little girl, they, in my opinion, really messed up a good opportunity for some answers to be found
Not
out.
only did AWP get kicked off, you remember, where AWP was perched, right? Later.
Weren't they over on? No, I don't know.
They were on the opposing bank of that cut in of water. There's like a V of water right there on the. So if you're looking out where Kylie drove in, if you're standing on the road where on the drop off, and then the water where she went in, to the left. They were to the left, perched on that bank. Well, now think about the news footage where they put the black curtains up. The black curtains were for AWP. They were facing exactly where AWP was perched.
Oh, that's a good point.
But wasn't there a drone capturing all of that?
There was a helicopter. There was a chopper, yeah.
By the way, Nick has made a statement, and I posted in the back chat for you. If anyone wants to watch it.
Do you remember them saying they were in the weeds? They had the filmer guy running through the weeds all the way along to get past the black screen so that they could get that money shot of the water of the car coming out the water in their video.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's a lot of things, you know, and again, like I said, I've got to protect my sources, but like Scotty, when you go back and you look at all this stuff, it's so much that it's overwhelming that I can't even clearly document everything that I've seen and found. It's like all over the place, little pieces of scratch paper here and there. And if I put it all together and we're more organized, I could help Scotty write a book. It's disgusting, the things that you see when you wake up at 3 a.m. and you're like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. And now I understand. And that's why this was this way and that way. And, you know,
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
You know what's really sad? There's channels live right now still talking about it. The Kylie thing. And picking it apart still.
Well, it brings them money.
Well, my favorite channel that does that is J Rod on Point, when he talks with the teddy bear and starts screaming at the teddy bear, which is hilarious. I just laugh at him. So I mean, it's kind of fun.
I'd like to just go back to analyzing their own words. If I'm going to spend my time on it, then I'm going to go back and watch where they've panel hopped, and I call it panel whoring.
I have it all recorded. I have it all recorded.
Go with Deets on the Streets. They actually did a comparison, and I showed the comparison for each line for each interview, actually.
And
there's a lot more than that, though. It goes way deeper than that.
They try to backpedal.
Probably, yeah, there's like 150 hours.
They backpedal a lot from the Jared thing. Oh, we've never, but then Jared puts down his, or not Jagger, yeah. So then Jared puts his cup down. He's like, and he's saying, oh, we never said it was Jared. Well, you gave subliminal messages that it was.
Right.
Well, also they went up, and SF Investigates, I think, said that he came up and he says, what do you think is the most likely? Talk to the father and them. Who do you think is the most likely suspect? And they, you know, they brought up Jagger when they were talking to them. And you know what I mean? So it's I
got a clip for you, Mal. I got a clip for you, Mal.
Yeah.
Remember when Jared says, if you knew, it would blow your mind, and he puts his hand in his jaw and drops jaw. Play that, and then play the news thing of where he gets charged. Oh my god.
Oh my god. You gotta play that for me.
That'd be a good clip.
And also, AWP did not discuss putting information out about tow truck guy with any branch of law enforcement. And so from what I understand, law enforcement was literally floored when they were like,
I'm shocked.
What? No.
I'm shocked.
And, you know, again, this is allegedly.
They're jumping ahead of the cops, even like identifying the body before the mortician does. I'm shocked.
You know why Kylie happened the way it did, and all this, and the videos since.
Legal Defense Fund.
Well, they were already Jared and the cousin were already bickering on. It was already on Facebook. It was if you dug, people could already see it.
Yeah, the sister actually posted a year ago, basically making.
Yeah, so it was right. So it was already happening. So he knew it was happening. So what did Jared think? Money.
Right.
So he thought, okay, I'm gonna.
He's been doing this for a while. If you actually look at that fake bounty hunter thing, that was like his prototype, and when that got revealed to be fake, he moved on, because he was running AWP and that at the same time. And you notice that in the beginning it was just looking for items in the water and cars, but then when he saw that he could make like a sort of drama and trick people to, like, you know, create his own little mini documentary stories using like the like the grieving families and dead people. Then he changed it up to that because it was the maximum return, and he made a lot of money from it. And he would have been making more money to this day if he didn't get these charges.
Well,
Scotty?
and a lot of people say they're good at what they do, right? Like they have a high percentage of their solved rate is high, right? Well, there's a reason why it is. And it's because there's like 3,500 or 4,000 missing cases that are cold that involve vehicles. So what they do is they go, okay, this person's missing. There's a vehicle. Where's their water? Where were they at? Where were they going? And then they pick the easiest ones. So they have thousands of cases and they go for the easiest ones, and they use math and they use logic.
Right.
And if you go back and watch their videos and the people they found and how they did it, they have a format of how they do it, and they use the same format every time.
Yep. 30 to 50 feet in the water, and they surround the perimeter of the water, and
Yeah, but
Scotty,
Mallory, I mean, Mal, what do you think is like the future of like people? Do you think like people should look into more of this? Like, has this like taught you or like in general the whole true crime community about like looking into these type of things? What can we learn from the Jared guy and this whole AWP fiasco? What do you think?
I was involved with, I'm just going to say his initials, TD. If y'all know who that is.
TD or I don't know who TD is. Oh, okay. You don't need to tell me. You can just continue. Yeah.
And that really taught me a lot about it's hard enough to trust people. I have an issue with trusting people in my personal life as it is. My group is very, very small, and I've had the same group in my circle for years and years and years. So when you're on a public platform and when you view these people online that you're essentially paying, you may not be physically, some of y'all do pay out of your personal money, but y'all also pay with your time. Mm-hmm. And those people behind the scenes are not sometimes who they say they are. And also, you guys, you could look them up. This person, TD, that I'm talking about, from my knowledge, he has a whistle clean background. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he hasn't done bad things or that they don't do bad things. You know what I mean? If you have a gut instinct, some people have that gut instinct. Like there's just something in the back of their mind that, and I know I have seen that too, and I'm guilty of this too. I have seen something that Jared has said or done, mm-hmm. or something that he did that just didn't line up. And I'm just like, what? But then I push it aside because I'm like, oh, mm-hmm. but they're doing so good and they seem genuine and the people mm-hmm. around him seem genuine. So I'm just going to push it aside. They've got all these supporters. They must be doing something right. If not, why would somebody come on a public platform with millions of followers with all this dirty laundry behind them? But people do.
I work as a trained medical professional. I'm not going to say what I do, but you're taught, trust your gut instinct. Mm-hmm. And you have to develop that skill. It's not something that everybody's born with, but you have this little inner voice, and especially as a woman and a mother, mm-hmm. You should already have two parts of that. The third part is developing that inner feeling of something doesn't sound right and trusting your gut and just saying, okay, I'm going to listen to you. And if it's nothing, it's nothing. But I've gone by when in doubt, throw it out. If something isn't setting right with you, look into it and trust that little voice that says something's off.
I agree. And, I had that same thing happen with All American Dream Chasers. I'm just going to say it because 90% of the chat knows who I'm talking about.
Oh, I know who that guy is.
Yes.
Holy shit.
And I have had several personal phone calls with that man. My husband has talked to that guy. And towards the end of our friend, that's how I met Sleuth Mom. And towards the end of our,
But you're wrong with the name. He's All American Clout Chaser.
yeah, he is. Yeah, you're 100% right. So towards the end of our friendship, this was after I came on his panel talking about Jolissa's case. He called me the next day, and I talk about this in my live that I did on my video or on my channel, and he asked me something, and I was very taken aback from it. And from that point on, I distanced myself. And then it was like a week later, maybe, all this stuff came out. And I was like, oh my God. It like all my light bulbs started going off.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And after that, before that, I didn't have any gut feeling or anything. Like there was no red flags, no nothing. But I never watched his channel. The only time I watched his channel was when I went on his panel to do Kylie or Jalissa or Naomi Irion. That's when I never watched his Insomniac hour things, none of that.
So you didn't know, right?
Right. Or else, yeah, I would have been like, what in the actual F? Because I
Yeah.
did go back and watch, and I was like,
Listen, Alden, don't take none of my comments or jokes as serious then, because
no, no,
I
no,
say
no,
some
no.
pretty perverted
No,
shit
no.
sometimes.
No. But no, the stuff that he personally asked me to do while he knows I'm a married woman, while he is a married man, and it was all for views and money, and it was trying to sexualize me as a person. And most of y'all also know my history with SA, and that's why it took me so long to actually come on. I had a mental breakdown when this came out about Jared. I'm not going to lie, because I've been in that person's shoes. I am a survivor. I'm not a victim. I am a survivor of that. And that happened with Tony, and I was like sick to my stomach. I literally threw up.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I really am.
And
Yeah, that's gross. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Well-
just like clicked with me when he asked me that, and then that came out, and I was like, this man will really go to whatever for a freaking coin in his pocket.
Yeah.
And so many of them are like that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard situation where he actually was trying to film with his son to try to pick up women.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and it was like at night, and he says, "I could make you YouTube famous" or something like that.
Oh, he knew how to get views.
I'm like, oh my God.
Well, the whole problem with social media, I think, is people like Mel, like you were saying, is people aren't who they are or who they seem to be, and they play on people's emotions, and they use emotion and drama to get views and money. And people who watch different channels need to really think about like what the big picture is and what their end game is before they give their last $5.
I agree.
You know what I mean? There's people that go without. There's people that go without because they're giving people money on here.
Exactly. And that is y'all's hard-earned money. When I ask y'all to join my membership, I'm just asking y'all. I don't expect anybody. When I see those when y'all's green names pop up, and even y'all just being here right now, taking the time out of your day, your night to watch my video, that means more than anything to me. So when y'all give your money and your time to these creators, please just, if you see that red flag, listen to it. If you feel that gut feeling like, oh, well, you pick up on certain mannerisms and stuff, please go with that, because it's usually not wrong. And if I would have listened to mine several times in my life, several from teen to even now, I could have been in different situations.
Yeah, Tony was a real weirdo, man. That guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've came to
Have you guys watched my videos on my channel?
What's your
No.
channel?
I need to go look, Scotty.
Okay, well, I drew. Okay, so this is what happened. Let me tell you guys my story here real
Thank you,
quick
Tim.
No problem.
and what happened to me. So I was just into true crime watching y'all, right? And then I got talked into drawing Summer on her birthday. And then everybody like was flipping out about me drawing her. So then they wanted me to make my own channel. And I never had a YouTube channel. So I started a YouTube channel and I drew. And that's what I did, right? My art. And so I was so into true crime, and then I got wrapped up with Summer Wells that I wanted to go down there. So, and I'm just the art channel. I didn't really talk true crime. I had Draw a Killer, I think, once a week or something. I drew like Chris Watson, Peterson, and a couple others. But anyways, so I didn't tell anybody. And I actually demonetized and went down there. Yeah, Swamp Donkey knows. 500 miles and a $500 beater. Yep. So I didn't tell anybody, and I went down there and I popped on live, and everybody thought I was going to draw, and I was in freaking Hawkins County. Like, and everybody started tripping out. And so like I did all this live footage and stuff, and everything that happened. And then I came back and I put together some footage, and I was uploading pre-records like my series and stuff. And then I went on, but I got all kind of flack. You know, you're just doing it for the clicks and the views and the money and all this stuff. And everybody just started hammering me. And so I tried to draw a couple more times, and people were still coming in hammering me. And that's why I stopped going live. I haven't been on my channel in 5 months.
No.
Because I couldn't deal with all the negativity and all the craziness. I can't deal with it.
Yeah. I hear you.
You know, and I mean, I drove halfway across the country to look for this little girl on my own dime. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Scotty, and see, well,
so
I freaking hate that too.
Yeah, well, some people
I couldn't go live and draw anymore. You know, somebody would come on my chat and just say some rude shit, and then it was like I quit.
So you just drew pictures of Summer Wells, and that's it.
No, I got all kind of art on there. I drew.
Oh, okay. I don't know what your YouTube channel. That's why I'm just asking.
I started out. I drew Summer Wells not even on my channel before I even had a channel.
Okay.
And then everybody's like, "Oh wow, dude, you could draw," and I'm like, "Yeah, I draw sometimes." And I'm a charcoal artist. I have like art in galleries, and
so
I go to like art in the park and stuff, and display my art. And I'm in a couple big galleries down in the city and stuff. So
I want you to do something for me. I'll pay for it, and I want to put it in my house.
Okay. So as long as it's not, I don't like portraits, though. Don't make me draw a portrait because I don't.
Do whatever you want. Even landscape.
So yeah, so that's what happened to me. Like, so I just rather come up on panels and stuff because
but you know what? Everyone said like there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people that just pick a reason, and you just have to like ignore the trolls because I deal. I mean, maybe Mal's see me deal with some trolls, but
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, and like Sunset Gazing said, I talked about going on and doing a Halloween thing, and I didn't. And it's like I don't even know if I'm ready.
And take your time, Scotty, but don't give up, please, because I promise you there's going to be more people that love you than not. Just be your genuine, authentic self like you are on here. And I mean, people love you here. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was like, I can't even think of the word. I was so.
I mean, like it sounds like you just drew legitimate good art, and there's like some negative people that just want to pick any reason to attack someone. And there's
it's because I went down and did the Summer Wells thing, and I didn't even want it on my channel, and I couldn't get a bigger channel to pick me up. I was trying to get like Jay or Zav or somebody bigger to pick me up and say, "Here's my footage, you play it." I didn't want it on my channel, and nobody would because nobody knew me. Yeah. So like good, and now they do, right? Yeah. So, but. That's how it all happened, but it was because of that.
But you know, Summer Wells, that was a freaking circus.
I know.
And that's why, I covered Summer Wells from day one, and I backed away from that case. I backed away from Kylie, Summer Wells, Suzanne Morphew. I backed away a little bit about that because it was just oversaturated.
Well, the clowns usually think about the money, and that's
Yep.
usually, I mean, like, look at the Quentin case.
Quentin, I've backed away from that.
Yeah, that's what happened. I tell people all the time, it's like when these people come there, they take all legitimately good true crime people because they don't want to be part of the circus. They want to do the legitimate thing, like try to get information out there, and they don't want to deal with the craziness like that. So that's why I always get annoyed with them.
Yep, I agree.
But you should continue your art, man. I wouldn't worry about them. You're going to build.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you guys on here what my idea is. I told Britt, but like my idea is to narrate a story because people like my voice apparently.
Yeah.
So
you got a good voice.
Yes.
So I'm gonna narrate a story, and then I'm gonna draw a picture that the story inspired me to draw, and then do a pre-record and time my time lapse to match the story exactly. And I'm gonna try doing and see if that works.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem I'm having is I don't know if it's legal to do an audio book or not. Like, unless, or I got to pick stories that are over 100 years old. It's gray.
Right.
There's legal stuff. So I don't know how that's going to work. And then what I want to do is I want to draw on demand and still go live and draw on demand. But what I want to do is I want to see if these audio, the narrating a story and drawing a picture, and if that works, I want to move into do it for kids.
Yes, I love that.
So it's like a kids show, like a half-hour kids show. Yeah, where it's a story and a picture.
How good are you with tomatoes?
Tomatoes?
Yeah, tomatoes. How good are you drawing tomatoes?
Scotty, what's your channel?
My channel, somebody can drop it in a link in there. I don't know how to do it when I'm on StreamYard. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that's true, Scotty. None of us on here can drop it.
Yeah, why don't you drop it in like private, and then she can probably drop it.
It's just Scotty. It's Scotty Skulls on YouTube. Just Scotty Skulls.
Scotty does it. No, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my name. My name on the screen. That's my channel.
Also, I dropped the Discord link for anybody in the chat that wants to join the Discord. I'm going to any of my mods that are on here right now. That includes you, Swamp Donkey. Can y'all email me? And I'm going to. I haven't created it yet, but if y'all can email me your channel link again, I might be able to get it. But if you have time. Anyway,
Wow, your artwork. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm about to say your artwork's amazing.
Yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to create a mod Discord also.
Well, those people I'm going to say are idiots if they got angry at you. I'm going to I officially subscribe to your channel because I think your artwork's really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's me. It's like my inner. It's what comes out. It's hard to explain how it happens, but
honestly, it's like really like gallery levels. Actually, it's like
I'm in a few. I've been trying for like a year to get in Park West. It's like the biggest art. It's the biggest art sales gallery worldwide, and it's in Detroit. Well, it's in Bloomfield Hills. I've been trying to get in there for like a year. It's really hard. They have like big names.
Do you know what you should do also? I know we're jumping off subject. I'm sorry about that, Mal.
Nope, you're good.
Yeah, don't talk about me.
No, I was like say like you should just be like sell your art on your YouTube channel and just like display it.
Well, I was. Like my views and my subs weren't big, but I was making a lot of art sales.
Wait,
and that's kind of.
Do you have 4.37 thousand subscribers?
Yeah, that's him.
Something like that.
I think I can drop your channel link.
Well, I feel like I want to yell at those people who
oh, thank you. Sorry, Swamp Donkey.
Well, so yeah, that's what that's kind of what I want to do with my YouTube. It's to promote my art because I mean, like southeastern Michigan knows me, like all the little towns around the thumb know me, but like I want to be on YouTube. The world sees you, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, actually. It's very nice.
Yeah, it is. He's very good.
Anywho, thank you for letting me up. I just wanted to, thanks for letting me up. I'm going to have to skedaddle to bed.
Yeah, we're gonna get off of here too, but thank you for coming on, B Tim. I really appreciate you coming on.
No problem. You have a good one.
You
guys have a good one.
And thank you for becoming a member.
No problem. You have a good one. Bye.
You too. Well, if Nick comes out, I saw a comment, forgive me, I don't remember who said it, but they said that Nick is expected to come out with a statement within the next few days, 3 days, few days.
He did. There's a link, I think, in the back chat.
Wait. Oh, I didn't even see. There's 6 dang messages back there.
Yeah, Tomato Man dropped it, I think.
Oh, okay. Just came out 34 minutes ago. Well, should I?
Mal's like, we should just play it.
I know.
How long is it? You might as well.
Let me look. Oh, it's only 2 minutes. Well,
there you go. You'll get them all in one live.
Here we go. Okay. So let's play this, y'all. Well, there we go. Now I've got to put some timestamps.
Oh, this one ought to be interesting.
I know.
I'm Nick Rinn. It's Wednesday, November 9th. Just so everyone knows, as of yesterday, I formally resigned from my employment working for the search team.
There we go.
After hearing these allegations and listening to the information that's out there and what's available, I'm not okay with this. This is not right. And I can't sit by and support this and wait till lawyers make decisions and people wait to make statements. I just can't support it. It's not me. It's not who I am. And I don't want to be a part of it. And quite frankly, if these allegations are true, I hope justice gets served. I don't regret coming to work here and working with the teammates. You know who you are, all the people that helped, all the people that supported me and watched our videos. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's about possibly up to 30 more episodes that I worked on that I was either the host or the co-host on. And I don't know if I'll ever get to see those or if any of us will. We worked really hard on those. We worked with a lot of families, helped a lot of families, worked with a lot of law enforcement agencies, and brought a lot of answers to families and law enforcement around the country. It was an amazing time. Unfortunately, sometimes life takes you in different directions than you expect, and I've reached a fork in the road, and I have to go a different direction now. So that's about all I got to say. And if anybody wants to reach out to me with any ideas or thoughts on the future and what we can do to maybe pick up the pieces here and start this all over again sometime in the future, you can reach out to me. I'll put my email in the description below. And with that being said, thanks again for all your support. And as soon as I have any more information coming in as to the future of what I'm going to do, or if some of my former teammates and I can brainstorm and figure out something, we will let you know. Thanks again.
Ooh, Doug's left holding the paddle, isn't he?
Yep.
Wow. 30 episodes ahead. You believe that? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Doug is in deep for sure.
yeah, that's what I thought. I was wondering about Nick, but I guess I don't have to wonder now.
I know. We were literally just talking about that's crazy.
Well, like that doesn't, I mean, to me, this makes Doug look bad.
Yep.
because everybody else is saying, I'm done. I'm done.
Yep.
You know, and like you can't, whether he's innocent or guilty at this point, it doesn't even matter. There's allegations, and how can you like ride it out to sea?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't ride it out. You got to jump off the boat. That's it. So, and Doug is the only one. Well, there's more behind the scenes people, but Doug's the only front man that didn't do that. So that's kind of that's interesting to me.
Yep, I agree. Well, I feel bad for them and all of the survivors of this, and I hope justice is served if this is really true.
I think they'll do okay. The other people, I think they'll group together and figure something out. They're smart.
They do.
Yeah.
I really hope they do.
I hope that these women get justice, and I hope anybody else that's been affected by him comes forward for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that too. Yeah, I hope. And like I said, if anyone ever watches this and they need help or encouragement or struggling or anything, there's a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-656-HOPE. It's in the description box for SA survivors. And everyone else, yeah, I agree, David. Everyone else was, they seemed very genuine and distraught to me. Besides, well, looking back at Doug's and everybody else's, I just noticed a very big difference.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Doug was cryptic and didn't quit.
Yeah.
And Doug almost seems irritated.
Yeah.
And the rest of the guys almost seem like they want to break in tears and just go jump in the shower. You know, it's like, oh. But someone commented, smug Doug. Yeah, he is. Yeah. It's like he's irritated about it, that, I have to do this, because honestly, in my opinion, I think his cash cow just fell over and died.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate too.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to hop down here in a second, but I put in the chat, I would love to visit Scotty and Mal and compare notes. Of course, not in public, because like I said, I don't want to get a lawsuit, and I'm happy to share things. It's just, I have to be careful to protect my sources. And when I say that I've spoke with someone there, I'm not lying. I just about with.
What, you want to meet up at a McDonald's or something?
Do what?
You want to? I said, what? You want to meet up at a McDonald's or something?
No.
Get on the Discord.
Oh, meet up and talk, like meet up in a chat or a discussion.
Oh, all right.
No, not like not like a meetup. Like we'll catch up. We'll get together. Like we'll visit. We'll talk. We'll chat.
Oh.
No. Yeah. So
great.
Yeah, we'll get together. And Mal knows I'm a real person. She's seen me.
Yeah.
And I'm as real as they come. There's nothing fake about me. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot, and I can tell Scotty knows, and for me and him to have never like talked together, and he and I to be on the same track, he's obviously paid attention to details, and he's done some same research, and we've come to the same conclusions about a lot of things. Yeah. And I'm sure there's a whole lot more, and you know, there's a lot, and I have a couple other theories. And there was something I came across one day, and I just about fell on the floor. I almost vomited. And I told my source, I think I need to call the FBI, because it just made me sick. And I still don't know how I feel about that. But we'll see, you know.
Well,
I don't know. You know, my source didn't seem to be concerned about it, but my source did gasp when I told him what I figured out. And so, and it could be nothing. It really could, but I don't know. So
well, stay on. and let Mal
Yeah.
close her show. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I just don't want anybody in the chat to feel like they're being excluded. That's not my intention. It's just I have to be very careful because I don't want to slander someone. I don't ever want to accuse someone and say I know something is fact when I don't, because that's never okay to tarnish or ruin someone's life, career, history by accusations. And so I don't want to do that.
Right.
And it just made me nauseous when I came to the conclusion of what I saw. And nobody's put it out there that I know of. And I'm not going to say it either.
I don't blame you.
Mm-mm.
But I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Great live,
So
Mal.
what do I do? What do I do?
would?
Stay on?
Stay
No,
on.
no.
Just
Well, can we do it in private chat me in Discord? And then I'll give you my phone number.
We can. Scotty, are you on Discord or no?
I'm on Mal's Discord.
Okay. So why don't we
A
just do a phone call there?
phone thing or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do a phone thing over there.
Okay,
But I need to go get a Coke real quick.
Okay.
It's like, what are you guys talking about? I'm lost too. Don't feel bad. I'm lost. I don't even know.
Yes. Well, yeah, hit us up on Discord. And then we've already been on here for almost 3 hours. I cannot believe it, y'all.
It's been a good group
live.
of people.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been a great live. The panel, y'all have been awesome. And chat, mods, all of y'all have been truly awesome.
Did y'all not see? Bree McGee called me out. She's like, "Yeah, you're sensitive, but not about your spelling." And I'm like, "Girl, I'm trying to mod. I'm trying to be on panel. I'm trying to be on a laptop. I can't type on because I can't watch the chat. And I've got FOMO, so I've got this fear of missing out. I need to see what chat's saying. So I've got my phone over here. That's battery is dying. I'm on the laptop, and I'm trying to pull up Scotty's links. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can multitask."
I love Bree. She seems like me. Shit talking is our love language.
Yeah. She's like, "I'm glad you're not offended." I'm like, "No, I'm not offended because I know I get just too fast and I just want to dump what I know real fast. And I don't mean to do that. I've learned a lot about ADD and myself over the past 6 months. And
yep. I'm ADD too. So I feel you, girl. I get you all the way.
Yeah. It's probably hard to live with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask her husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give me a minute and I will, I'm going to go down and get a pop.
Yeah.
And
Coke is code word for soda.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pop.
Yeah. Pop, not pop.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to y'all on Discord here soon.
All right. I'm going to hop down.
All right. Bye. Thank you for coming up. All right, y'all. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. And Bree tripped me out. Dr. Pepper is my favorite. I love Dr. Pepper, but I haven't had a lot of soda lately because the caffeine's been messing with my anxiety. But anyway, okay.
Hey, Mal.
Yeah.
End it here.
Leave me alone. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all for watching. Thank you. See you tomorrow morning. We'll talk about Amanda then. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.